What's up, y'all? Gold Dirty Bastards, episode 64. 64 fucking episodes in.
Mm.
So tonight we're gonna be talking a little bit of we'll give you a little rundown. We're gonna do Deebo drama. Uh out here in the Bay, that's a big topic, actually nationally, because that's probably the biggest draft topic I've heard so far.
It's true.
And then we're gonna talk a little NFL draft, some NBA playoffs, Warriors versus Nuggets specifically, but we'll touch on a couple other things maybe. Couple little quick boxing segments, and then maybe a little more, sprinkling a little something else if we get around to it, depending time wise. Right now, I'm joined with Cell Wall 415 right here in the house,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always
toking
ready for
up. All right, so let's kick it off with Deebo, and then we'll head into the draft. They're gonna tie into each other anyway. I
my.
mean, it's gonna be a big circle. We'll be in and out of both those topics for a little while. Let's get to the Deebo drama here in the Bay Area, all on Instagram, Facebook, talk radio, ESPN. You're seeing all this shit about Deebo. I've personally have tuned it out a little bit. I'm tired of the everyday updates.
Yeah.
Deebo says Deebo does the cutthroat. I'm like, man, you can interpret that however you want. Maybe he just didn't want to be bothered. Like, I think this
Yeah.
shit is getting a little ridiculous as far as what's been going down. Just every little thing is interpreted as Debo's going here, Debo's going there. Now,
Yeah.
let me give my take on that real quick. Just the whole situation in a whole. We haven't had a chance. We've been off a couple weeks. Schedule's being weird. I've been having some issues with the kids'
Life.
health,
Life
life,
gets in the
wife,
way, baby.
everything. So, but we're here. So let's get our takes in on this. For me, Debo, best player offensively we've had, one of the best weapons in the league. Uh, Dominant last year, best season he in his career by far.
Yeah.
Was able to still stay fairly healthy, but injuries have been a concern when you're dealing with Debo career wise. Now they're bringing up the topic that he led the league in drops. I believe that's what I was hearing on
Yeah.
95.7,
Yeah.
which I didn't really see. I mean, I know a lot of passes were high from Jimmy to a lot of receivers. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that I'm going to put on Debo when you got bad passes and you're making acrobatic circus catches. I don't really hold that against him. Now let's see how he does with Trey when he takes over. But as far as Debo, the trade, whether you keep him, whether he goes, in my opinion, if he truly doesn't want to be here, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes if he truly does or not. But what he's showing us fans and media is that he does not want to be here. I'm not a fan of keeping a player that does not want to be on my team. Uh, I'm going to try to get the best compensation for him, and I'm going to try to make that shit happen quick. I'm not going to sit around and drag it out and try to punish him and be like, "Oh, you don't want to be here. We're going to make you play for that 4 million anyway." You're gonna get a dude that's not happy. He may not give you his all. Uh, you never know what you're gonna get. Because this is the fucking Debo's chance to get paid. This is what he's been aiming for his whole career. I'm sure the biggest payday he'll get a chance at. Now you say, okay, a lot of people saying, oh fuck that, make him play. Okay, he plays this year. He gets hurt. He's going to be even more mad at us if he gets hurt and misses out on a big payday. And for him, the risk is too high. I'm 100% with the player on this one. Uh, the dude needs to get played the way we use him with his usage rate. Uh, he's taking big hits from linebackers, whether it be running back position or going across the middle as a receiver. So he definitely has a lot of risk on the table. So I'm siding with Deebo on this. I think you got to pay the dude. I wouldn't pay him 30 million, but I'd probably give him 24. I'd offer 24. There's been rumors that he was offered 19. There's been rumors that he hasn't been offered anything at all. But for my main point is, if he's not happy, let him go. We get compensated. We get draft picks, and I say picks, not one pick. I want
Yeah. Yeah.
a first and 2/3, or a first and a second and a third, something like that, and then hopefully it's a higher pick. The team I'm most interested in trading with is the Jets. I said it a couple weeks ago. They make the most sense. They got Robert Saleh. They have an abundance of draft picks. They got pick 4, pick 10, I believe 35, 37, and some other one. So they have the ammunition to make it happen. So that would be my preferred move. Make that trade with the Jets. If you get that 10, you trade it down maybe 2 or 3 times, or get an impact player. I prefer to trade it down a few times and then fill in some of the holes we already have: O line, secondary. But that's my take on that. Go ahead and drop your shit on that.
So it's a slippery slope what we're dealing with right now. I've heard a couple of things like you have as well. I've heard the same things. I also heard in the middle of that somebody was saying he was seeking 25, which I wouldn't mind. What's a million off of 24? You know what I mean? And especially with what he brings to the identity, not just even the offense, but specifically the identity of this offense. We were known as bully ball guys. You know what I'm saying? And we push you around. Deebo just emphasizes that he marks all those boxes when you're talking about playing that role. He brings that kind of role, to that toughness, to that, you know what I mean, to that wide receiver position. You know what I mean? Excuse me, wide back. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to say. From what I heard, something around the corner about maybe we should just go ahead and keep him and let him play it out, and then we franchise tag him. You know what I mean? And then we try to trade him. That's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Because like you said, he's already disgruntled. He's probably not going to give you your 100. You know what I'm saying? For that, you know, he'll be even more pissed. And it's almost like a quid pro quo, because he's got really no choice. If we do keep him, he's going to have to put out that I'm still that dude. You know what I mean? Even though some people could read between the lines, if he doesn't bring his A game, you know, he's pissed. He doesn't really want to be there. He's not going to put his neck out. You know what I mean? He might shy away, you know, and that probably will paint him in a bad negative light. And I really don't think he's that kind of guy. I think he's definitely a team guy. Definitely puts it out there for his team. I'm a little perturbed about all the way that this is going out. This is playing out. To just, let's be honest, bro. He's the guy. He put our team on his fucking back last year. Do we go anywhere without Deebo doing what he did last year? No.
No,
I would say
we don't make playoffs. I don't think we make
of course
playoffs.
not. Our record, I think we would have been middling. You know what I mean? 9-8, eight and or fucking, you know, the opposite.
8 and 9.
You know what I'm saying? 8 and 9 even. You know, without Deebo there. So I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, AX stepped up and played hella hard this year. He you know what I mean? He made people believers. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just a 1-year wonder like it was with Pettis. You know, but without Deebo there, I mean, this is just. It just doesn't happen for us. So I don't know if that's the route you want to go. If you do want to trade him, I don't think any of us that really are real Niner fans have seen what this guy really done and how much he's been put forth for us. You know what I'm saying? When he's in the game, you know, I think all of us understand that we don't want him to go nowhere. We want him to stay. But if the relationship is irreparable, I would say, yeah, you got to get something done either night of the draft in the first round or you know, beforehand. I'm looking. I talked to you about this already. I'm looking at the Giants really, really hard because I believe I don't mind going with the Jets. The one thing I don't like about the Jets is their pick might be a bit too late because I'm all for Gardner. I'm all in on Sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can get him at number 7.
He's a beast.
You know, you can get him at number. You put Sauce in this defense, and that's it. This is a championship caliber defense completely. You know, and that's then even before we get to the draft and we, you know, make a move or two, you know? So I said, basically I would try to package Jimmy Deebo to them because they do need a starting QB. And let's be honest, Jimmy's not, you know, I mean, he's not Russell Wilson. He's not Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's not even kid from fucking the Chargers, Herbert. He's not even Herbert right now. But he fucking head and shoulders better than Daniel Jones. You know what I mean? So you put him there, you put Deebo there, opposite, what's the name? Opposite, well, they're shopping Tony, ain't they?
Yeah, Kadarius, they're shopping him.
Right. So then they still got Galladay, though, right?
They would still have Galladay, yeah.
So
Galladay's there.
Together, and Jimmy with his short passes to do something for them, and they'll do a lot better. And the thing that I said was, do that. Ask for a first and a second this year, first and a second next year, and see what you get, you know? And main reason you go after them is because they got pick 5 and 7. You know what I mean? So we can get 7 and we turn that into Gardner, we're winning. And they still got a 5. So they could trade back with somebody. Maybe they trade back with the Jets to number 10, get some more draft capital. You know what I mean? And they can do other things. All they really need is a quarterback, wide receiver, and right tackle. I mean, they do
Mm-hmm.
everything. Don't get me wrong, but those are the highest on that list right there. You know what I mean? I would even try to package McGlinchey in that three. You know, three players. Here you go. Let us get some. You know, let's get some love. You know, and I'm pretty sure you would can get a first, a second out of in 2 years straight with that because that marks off all the boxes. And now they're just playing with house money if that works because it's the way it's looking. Even though he did lose a ton of weight, it's looking like he's on pace to make it back. You know, at least by week 3. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, you give up. You know, because we don't really want McGlinchey, but they could use him as an above average starting right tackle. Why not? You know, so that checks off 3 boxes for them in the draft right away because you got proven veterans. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And now
That
that
makes
pick
sense.
5, they can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? So it works out for all of us. We get first and second this year, first and second maybe next year, or first and conditional, you know, third rounder, fourth rounder that could become a second kind of deal with playing time and whatever have you and shit like that. I love that with them because it makes sense for everybody. Everybody wins. But is that going to happen? You know what I mean? So that's the that's the question mark. But I'm looking at that as something that could really turn this whole situation around from, you know, 0 to hero kind of shit. You know what I mean? Even though losing Deebo, man, dude, that's like for me losing Defoe. You know what I mean? But you
I
know,
think it would be bigger. I think it's bigger than that.
it is. You know what I mean? That much worse, bro, because that's a major building block there, man. You
But at
know?
the same time, in you're not gonna get the running back aspect. I don't think, but you could replace him receiver wise, uh,
Yes.
because he is not that great receiver. He's good,
No, no.
he's not
So
great receiver wise. He's great hybrid.
he is basically a big play threat on that field anytime he steps onto the field. He might not have the height we look for in those guys, you know what I mean? But don't get it twisted, bro. He's got so much more fight than some of these big guys, dude, and he makes it happen. You know, just his speed, his burst, and he's got great vision. He can work on his hands. He can work on his route running, but that shit that you can clean up. You know what I mean? All the other stuff that he has, the intangibles that he has, just that mentality to run your ass over. I mean,
Yeah, no, that
you know,
physicality is
you know
is
that's
major.
hard to teach. You know, so I mean, and then plus, you know, this shit right now when you're starting Trey, bad look. You know what I mean? Because you're just taking
Well,
away somebody that's going
that's
to
what I
make you.
wanted to ask you real quick. What do you think is at the root of this? Do you think it's money? Do you think it's something to do with Jimmy
I think they
going or
slighted him.
staying?
I really think they slighted. I think they said something to him that he caught and looked at them and said, "I can't believe you motherfuckers even said that." You know, I don't mean to piggyback off anybody here, but I heard Grant Cohn's. He had a little theory. Grant Cohn, SI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Familiar with him.
says and this is just a theory that he has. He thinks that they said to him at this dinner that they had, and he thinks that the topic was, you know, paying and how much we're going to pay you. You know what I mean? But he thinks they went about it this way: that yeah, you know, that wide back roll is great and whatnot and this and that, but you know, because you do that, you know what I mean? Because you're so good at that, it's kind of scary to us. We don't think you're going to be around that long. So we don't really want to pay you all this, you know what I mean? We want to pay you a little less because you might not have that long of a career. And then,
Mhm.
so if they say that kind of shit to him, the unmitigated gall to even think to let that shit come out of your mouth when you suggested that role to him, come on, bro. You know, that's just like, dude, you're trying to game me right now, and I'm not
Mhm.
the one to be played. What the fuck? I did this for you. I did it for the team. You know what I mean? I didn't have to do this shit, but I did it because you know we wanted to win, and I did it for you. And now because of that, you're gonna penalize me for some shit. You a role you thrusted upon me. Fuck that. I'm out of here. If that was the case, he's got every right to be pissed off because you
No
don't do
doubt.
that shit to your players, bro. I thought,
Yeah, I kind of think Shanahan's has something to do with this somehow. I
yeah,
think we've talked about Shanny's arrogance on here.
mm,
Uh, I don't think he gets along that well with players and the regime in general. I mean, the way they took Defo out and did him a mafia hit style. We talked
yeah,
about this
yep,
casino. They took him in the
yep.
office and
So,
they snuffed him. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what the relationship is
well,
like behind closed
I
doors
don't think
between
the
these guys.
relationship is bad personally per se. I just think the way that they go and do business, they just kind of immediately go like Gemini. You know what I mean? And like the twin comes over, and the dude you was just chilling and having a beer with is now just, you know, a negotiator that doesn't want to hear shit you got to say. And I think they really go a little too hard. I also said it before that I think the front office runs this regime. I really don't
Parag
think
in
it's in.
general.
Yeah, I think Parag is really the guy behind the guy. What he says goes, because that pen is mightier than the sword. In football too, it's just that's where I stand with a lot of this. I don't think Kyle and and Lynch really are the final say. I think it's
Yeah,
Prague.
no, I think Prague definitely has some input in there,
Yeah,
major input. And
because
we
they're all
really
about
don't
making.
know. We really don't know who's calling the shots. That's the weird thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
we don't know. I kind of, at times, you feel like it's Kyle when it comes to drafting. We've talked about the Joe Williams, the
yeah.
Dante Pettis's. Some of these picks, I don't know if they like rotate because some of them do seem like Lynch's picks. So
Right.
it's head scratching. I don't know
Yeah.
really who's calling the shots, but I kind of feel it's Kyle. Personally, we got a comment here.
I can't say it. I can't say and agree with that. You know what I mean? Just because based on the fact of the moves that we make are normally, you know what I'm saying, like curved towards either saving money or freeing up more money to save more money. You know what I mean? A lot of our moves are geared towards, you know, saving and manipulating certain things just to get money together. It doesn't look like moves like you said already. Why not go all in? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've got the
you
team.
this is Trey's rookie year under his
You
rookie
know?
contract. Most teams would go all in and surround him with as much talent as
Exactly.
possible and use
Exactly.
that rookie contract to their advantage from the get, not wait on Jimmy, not
Yeah.
over barter and just think you're going to get over on somebody. You're going to get a second round, third round pick for Jimmy. I've
And that's the
I've said
mentality.
this was not going to happen from the get. I said you're not getting a second
Yeah.
for Jimmy. I
Well,
had a bet with Womack a
I
third
think they
round
can
pick.
be. I kind of really think that they did get what they want in that offer at first, but then they sat and stand pat and was like, I think let's just wait for that first rounder. They overvalued him way too much. You know what I'm saying? But on the other topic, it's just basically like your mindset and the way you said it. You know what I mean? And what you proposed and going all in. That's the mentality of a coach and a general manager that are geared towards winning. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit that we've done, holding on to Jimmy, trading Defoe to get something back for him, going cheap on these contracts for 1 year things. That's all for people that are trying to save and penny pinch and really just hold on to the big pot. You know what I mean? I mean, look
Yeah.
at all the deals we did on the side. We did a lot of little structural, you know what I mean, foundational kind of deal things that are going to help round out this roster this year. But, you know what I'm saying? The major move that we should have made that would have freed up tons of money. So we could have done more and we're still waiting. You know what I
And
mean?
and I've said this to a bunch of people. Kyle, I mean not Kyle. Yeah, well, I guess I don't know who's making the draft picks.
The
Kyle
brain
and
trust, yeah,
Lynch,
the
between
trust.
the two of them, they're good at getting late round, mid round talent.
Mm-hmm.
But have they shown any ability to bring in vets that are going to make uh, a stamp on the team? Vets that are going to put us over the top. We haven't seen it yet. What
No,
vet have they got in their tenure that's put us over the top? I mean,
mm,
the vets they brought in, McKinnon,
I
Quan
mean,
Alexander,
you
they
can't
haven't
really
really
get
brought
not
any
really many,
impactful.
not
Yeah,
really
they
many.
have.
The one I think that made the most impact in the last 2 years was maybe Hyder and Kwan. You know what I mean? A couple years ago, but that was it. You know what I mean? Ema Sanders, Manuel Sanders.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he almost got us over the top. I'll give him
You
that
know,
one.
but I mean that was close. But you know, this regime, they're more about homegrown and and developing. You know what I'm saying? I
Which
think
I
that's
understand. I
that's
love the
it's cool.
draft. I love
Yes,
building through
yes,
the draft, but build through the draft and supplement through free
yes,
agency. This is
yes,
the part they don't seem to get.
yeah,
I know these dudes are older, but these are some dudes out there that could contribute, and they
yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
just we're good. We're happy with the guys we got,
There's no
and
learning curve. You know what I
and
mean?
on the other side, in our own division, you got the Rams who are saying totally fuck the draft. We're gonna just go out and get big time players and
Mhm.
supplement our team and win. Now
But
it could
it
have
works.
backfired on them, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Now we don't have to go out and be the fucking Rams. We can
No,
go out there, get one or two. You don't have to pay high price for
methodical.
it. Some of these guys wanted to come here. There was rumors that Bobby Wagner wanted to come here. Why not pair him up with
Yeah,
the? I know it wasn't a need per se, but
it would have been nice to see
it would
those
have
two
been
guys.
nice.
They would have
Yeah,
definitely
it would have
fed
been
off
nice.
each other. You know,
I
you
mean,
know
we
on
I know
pace.
the linebacker core is strong already, but
Well, you
this
can,
dude is an All Pro, proven,
yeah.
uh,
Those
game
dudes
changer.
you could interchange them real quick. Like you know what I mean. You're not losing anything on the back end with those two dudes in there. You're
Let's get to
actually
this.
getting better.
Let's get to this real quick. What's up, fellas? If we try to replace Deebo in the draft, I like Khalil Shakir or Velas Jones. I wasn't too
He's gonna
big
be
on
there.
Khalil Shakir from what I seen. He's cool. Like he's a slot kind of guy. I didn't. I'm not gonna front. I haven't seen Velas Jones personally, so maybe I'll take your word on that. Uh, we'll talk a little draft in a little while. Some of the guys I haven't been able to fully go dig in like I usually do. I kind of did like some
Yeah,
cliff
me
notes
too. Me
personally,
too.
but
I've
I've
been
been
doing
cramming the last two nights.
most of mine's been on D end, edge, and corners
I've
and
been
safe.
looking at corner, receiver, and a little bit of edge.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked at a quarterback.
right,
Usually I look at the whole draft, look at everything, but this I've been a little bit busy with shit, so I haven't got a chance this year. But I still got 2 more days to cram some shit in and see what I
right,
can get to.
right.
Um, but yeah, like I said, I don't know about Velas Jones. Have you seen him?
Um, Not really. Like I said, I haven't been really looking to paying too much attention to the wide receivers, but it's more. It's like something I have to now because this Deebo situation looks like it's actually really going to have to. It's going to hit the fan. So I might have to start checking in. Most of mine, like I said, has been on edge and D backs. I'm thinking we're definitely going to go and get the heir apparent to Pop Tart in this draft.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, let's circle back to this Debo whole thing. I just feel like it's been handled very poorly. I know a lot of people agree. You
mhm.
don't just you're coming off an NFC Championship appearance, very so damn close to making a Super Bowl appearance,
Mhm.
and then you come in and you let the Jimmy drama happen first off, and then now you have this with Debo. I don't understand it. I know some of it is posturing by Debo, posturing by both sides,
Yeah.
but it's just not something you want your rookie or second year quarterback, heir apparent quarterback coming into. You'd like it to be a smooth transition without any of this kind of bullshit behind the scenes,
Mhm.
without any doubt. You want it to be, I mean, the good news is he's kind of taking some of it off his shoulders,
Yeah.
some of the heat. Not we still got these rabid Jimmy G fans all over Trey. I see him on Facebook all day long. I don't argue with him anymore
Yeah.
because
You can.
I've already made my point. I
Mhm.
can't really argue anymore. I've already said he's reached his ceiling. We invested so much in Trey. Why it's time to cut the cord with
Yeah.
Jimmy and see what we got
Right.
in Trey.
What
That's
you're
all there is
looking
to
for.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, and 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 don't handicap him. Make sure this dude has a roster around him that's going to compete for a ring. You got to take advantage of the rookie contract while it's there because in what 2 years we're going to be having to pay Trey big money if he does what he's supposed to do. What we're expecting him to do, go out there and ball out. He's going to want to get paid in 2 years, right? Because he's already 1 year down on his rookie year. Then say next year he does okay. Say year three he's balling out. He's going to need to get paid, and where's that money going to come from? Because we got to pay Bosa still. We
Yep.
might be paying Debo. Who else is going to want some money soon? Maybe Greenlaw is going to want some bread, probably a little bit. He ain't going to get that much, but he'll get a little something. I don't know. Where's it all going to come from? Is my point. We can't pay everybody, so maybe this Debo thing is a blessing in disguise because we were going to have to eventually somebody's going to get the axe. There's going to be a cap casualty. There's going to be somebody we're going to have to do. Maybe it's Debo. Like we've talked about, he's great. But I would say wide receiver position, pure wide receiver position, is one of the easier positions to fill in the league, I believe. But
It is.
Debo does extra. We will say that.
If you got the scouts for it, I mean, we ain't had a good
Well, we had
receiver
Juwan.
since
We got Juwan late.
yeah late, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about before Debo got here, we ain't really had too much. You know what I mean? So you can't really hang your hat on, it's that easy to find. You know what I mean? Because I mean, the best we had since To was Flash Goodwin. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So it's definitely I mean, what's going to happen? Leo.
We got virtual Leo Leo Schefter. saying he predicts Wednesday night Deebo is gonna have an extension.
I'll pray, brother. I'll pray with you, man. But I don't know. It's not
But
looking.
see, this is I don't know, man. It's a tricky situation because you don't
Well,
want to
there
pay
was.
him
I
too
don't mean to
much.
interrupt you, bro, but I
Yeah, go ahead.
do remember hearing something about an unreported or a reported something or other about supposedly there's rumors that him and Trey ain't the best of on the best of terms or something. Like, you hear something
Well,
about
he's
that?
a Jimmy guy. He's
Yeah.
a big Jimmy guy. He's been vocal about it. He likes Jimmy. He likes the vet presence Jimmy brings as a QB.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean he's gonna go for. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're behind the scenes. If that's one of the driving factors too. If he's like, it could be a couple things. He could be like,
Right.
well, you can keep Jimmy on the roster and pay him 25 million. You could pay me. That could
Yeah.
be one thing. Or he could be like, well, I want Jimmy to start this year. Blah blah blah. If you're gonna just trade him or whatever, then trade me too. That could be another way to look at it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the
Um,
scenes.
some of the other rumors were he doesn't want he wants to play closer to home. The supposedly the what's the name the price of cost of living over here he's not feeling.
Well,
Um,
he responded to the home when he said some shit like on Twitter or Instagram, basically saying like he was calling out Adam Schefter for saying that he wanted to
they're
play
saying
closer to
certain
home.
shit. Yeah, I remember
Yeah, he
that.
was
The
basically
only
saying
people.
that shit was bullshit,
Yeah,
essentially.
I don't think that would be the. I don't really. I think he's a pro, and I think he doesn't give a shit. I think he wants to get paid his money, but I also think that he wants them to know he knows his worth. You know what I mean? And you can't really force him. If they really did do that shit to him and try to lowball him, I thought they would try to lowball him a little just because he had touches at running back, and you know how it is. Running backs ain't getting paid as much as wide receivers now. Um, I thought that might be a little, but I never thought it would be to a point where all this drama popped up. I thought the Niners were smart enough to know that Deebo is is the tough dude, you know what I'm saying, in that dark alley. And I
And my
thought
thing is, you paid Kittle.
mm,
Kittle had injury issues. Debo
they
is more
both
of a
do.
percentage of the offense
They,
than
they
Kittle.
both do too, and that's the thing. It's like you can't really say, well, Georgie's more healthy than Deebo. You can't fucking say that. Let's be honest, man. You know what I mean? So that's the other problem.
Personally, I'll pay a wide. I'll pay. I would have if I had my choice.
Uh,
I would have paid Debo over Kittle, but that's hindsight 2020 because we wouldn't see nobody's seen the season coming from Debo that he had last year. So that's a little tougher. But
I mean, I didn't
if
think
I
he
had
was.
my choice, I
Yeah,
would have paid the receiver over the tight end. I feel you can get a tight end that can do some of the things Kittle can do, not as good. But
right.
Shanahan has a history of doing some magic with some tight ends. Austin
Yeah.
Hooper with the
Yep.
Falcons, he was nasty with Shanahan. He was putting up big numbers,
Yep.
and then you never heard from him again once Shanahan came to San Francisco, left him behind. So I don't know.
Well, that time we
Kittle,
tried to get him, but he went to the
yeah,
Browns a couple years
yeah,
ago. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, didn't work at all.
but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough call. Eventually, somebody's going to get clipped.
Yeah,
It's just going to be like
the
who's
numbers.
the last one there. It
Yeah,
may be Debo. It may be
yeah.
Debo. Uh, if Jimmy's gone, does this shouldn't have been an issue. If Jimmy is gone off the roster, you could have just paid Debo that money right then and there. So I
I
don't get
agree.
it.
I agree. This is a byproduct. I believe that this probably is a byproduct of the Jimmy situation. I believe if he was gone, if they just said, okay, two first rounds, two second round picks, one this year, one next year, no problem. He's signed, sealed, delivered. Here you go. Goodbye, Jimmy. And then a month later, he gets that shoulder surgery. We're not talking about this because right after that, they would have signed Nicky and they would have signed Deebo. I really
Uh,
believe that.
Big Leo says, "Don't be surprised if Alex Max announces retirement on Wednesday night as
Yeah,
well."
this is another Joe Staley situation we didn't fucking need.
I
Um,
don't think so. I think he's going to stay
well, he's
personally.
working out with the guys. He's
Yeah.
reporting, so you
Leo,
know.
come on the show if you're going to make these fucking kind of outlandish comments.
Oh.
Bring it, bring it. Don't sing it, bring it. He'll be on eventually. I think he said he's coming on. Probably just
So yeah,
eating some dinner or something.
I just don't think that that's necessary. I mean, you get Mac, committed to playing another year, and definitely he can impart some knowledge and wisdom on whoever's going to step up to take his place. I wouldn't be surprised if Brunskill moves over. and takes over duties for Mac. You know, because he is very versatile. You know what I'm saying, and maybe he'll be better suited as a center than he is a guard.
I think we need to draft O line, regardless of Mac's decision. Now, personally, I haven't even looked at any O linemen. I was hoping to get Javi on here today, but
Mm,
I don't know if he couldn't really work it out schedule wise. I guess it's all good because I know he's been working on scouting a
right,
lot.
right.
Um, I was hoping to see his opinion on some of these O linemen.
I
I
think
haven't been, I
if
haven't even looked at any of them. I'm not gonna front.
if we do, like I said earlier when we talked about it through text, if if they do the deal with the Jets, I think Linderbaum is sitting right there, and that's the guy. That's the center of the future.
There was reports. I don't know how good these reports were. I seen it on Instagram this morning. I didn't really like look into it because I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was kind of like some BS. But there's reports that the Jets aren't happy with Becton, their tackle.
Really?
They want to move on from him, supposedly. So if we could get something going with Deebo and him, possibly throwing Deebo, Jimmy, and somehow get that dude and start him at right tackle over McGlinchey,
Mm.
shit, that would be the sweetest of deals.
Get fucking
I
send
think it's
McGlinchey
very
away
far
too.
fetched, but
Give him
very far
McGlinchey too.
fetched.
Throw
Yeah,
his ass in the trade. Fuck it, get
throw
him
him
all
in.
out of there. Well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Give us Makai Becton and pick 10,
And
and
give
let's just take
Salah
the
one of
next one.
these dudes. He probably likes on the low. One of these guys on the roster.
Mm.
A mid tier guy that he maybe wants. Maybe throw that dude in there. I think you could do some creative stuff with the Jets because of those ties to Robert Salah, and because they have a lot of ammunition to give us. Um, but man, if we could somehow squeeze out some draft picks and Becton for Jimmy G and Debo, and get
Yeah,
all that salary off our roster, addition by subtraction, man, that would be nasty.
I'm telling you.
I don't know how. Like I said, I don't know how reliable those sources were. It was an Instagram post I seen, but a lot of people were saying in the comments that it was true that the Jets were not happy with Becton. They were saying he's a little bit lazy, possibly. They didn't like the way he was getting his endurance up or something like that, his wind. So I don't know,
Oh,
but that
okay.
would be nice if we could somehow pull off a trade for that dude. I'm sure those type of talents you could work out those dudes. You can get them working out harder. You can get them a little bit healthier, and if they're on a winning team, they're going to want to do it even more.
Right.
Which they would be a major upgrade coming from the Jets to the Niners. So if there's any truth to that, Lynch and Shanny need to try to get on that shit.
Well,
And they
that's
move
what
in
I'm saying.
silence overall, so maybe they will. Who knows?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it does happen that way, I'm pretty sure that pick 4 for them would be completely out of the picture. You know, I'm pretty sure they're not trying to give that up at all, even if it was for Debo. But you throw Jimmy and you throw, you trade tackles in Becton and Mike Lynchy, you might have some basis to talk about certain things. Pick 10 wouldn't look so bad, but it's difficult. But look at
I would trade it
look at it
back
this way as
personally.
well, though. You could also do all of that, and with the draft capital that we have already, you know what I'm saying. We could probably even shake it out to where we can move up, and what I mean, get in a better position. You know, so we do have 9 picks. So if we do trade out and we get their first runner, that's 10 picks plus a couple next year. That's it's a lot of shit to work with there.
Yeah,
And
personally, if we got 10, I would trade it back.
we haven't we
Personally,
show we ain't scared to do the trading. You know what I'm saying in the
pick
draft. That's
around
one
maybe
thing we show.
16,
Yeah.
16, still get a good player. I don't think the corner would be there. You could wait in the corners. I looked at some corners I liked it later in the draft.
Well, let's be
I'll
honest.
we'll touch
The
on that.
two that are the best up there, you know what I mean, that if they do fall for some
Cream of
reason,
the
let's say,
crop.
7 and 10, 7 or 10. Let's say we do a trade with the Giants, or say we do a trade with the Jets. The ones you're hoping to fall is Hamilton and Gardner, in my opinion. It'd be great to have Hutchinson. It'd be great to have Thibodeau. It'd be great if you have those dudes. But if you've got a Sauce Gardner in that backfield or Kyle Hamilton in that backfield with the front 7 that we got, there's just no stopping this defense, man. It's lockdown city now. You'll be
Some of these mocks have him going. There's one
right.
here has him at 10.
I seen one where Hamilton falls to 8. I was shocked when I saw that. But hey, If we can get somewhere in there and snag either one of those two guys, we're set. And on defense is done. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion, we'll have it at every tier. You know what I mean? We'll have second year guys. We'll have vets. You know what I mean? We'll have rookies coming in, and these guys could just feed off each other. I think Hamilton comes in and he starts right away. I mean, I don't even think there's even battling camp. To be honest with you, same thing with Gardner. You know, I mean, the only person I think he'll have a fight with in camp is maybe Mosley. But then Mosley wouldn't even worry. He'd probably just kick over to nickel. So
the vet says there are a few good centers in the draft.
Lindenbaum, I seen him fall to 16 in one of these things. So I mean, that he's the man. Put it this way: you want looking at center, he's a monster. You know, Becton is dope too. Don't get me wrong. That's right. You know, but I mean, damn.
If that's even plausible, I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? That would be a fucking steal if we could somehow, swindle these dudes into getting a high draft pick and an offensive tackle. Man, that would be legendary.
Well, they need some, you know what I mean? They need some help, bro. You know, and I think just for the fact that, there's a familiarity there, you know what I mean, with McGlinchey and what's his name being the head coach there, and some of our coaches, being on offense there, it'll be a seamless transition if he's healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt.
If they're not happy with Becton, you might not upgrade, but you're not really losing too much on the back end, I guess. You know what I mean? Because Wilson's already, very shifty as a quarterback. He's a running quarterback anyway. So he wouldn't need as much time to be, worrying back there. He could take off, So, hey, maybe it'll work. Maybe it makes sense.
That would be the most ideal, because if you can get rid of Jimmy, you got that cap money. You could still sign some of these free agents that are just, still hanging around. They're not going to be the most impactful, but they could provide some depth. They could provide some leadership. There's a couple out there still. So
I don't think they're biting on Jimmy though, just because of that money. They have the money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't, but do they really want to pay $25 million for Jimmy to come in just to be a backer?
Yeah. And then you're still gonna have to make something happen with Deebo signing trade.
I think they would probably be more open to it if we ate some of that contract. Then they bring Jimmy in and probably try to sign him for 3 years to try to be a mentor to Wilson. Who knows? I could see them trying that. Who knows if Jimmy bites on it? You know what I mean? But I definitely think they'd be more amenable to it if we did eat some of his contract.
Yeah, let's just do separate trades, and we got to get rid of Jimmy somehow. Let's send him to the Panthers or the Giants, like
Giants, bro. The Giants. Those 3 dudes to the Giants, and everybody's happy. Giants might not be able to do shit, but they'll win some games with Jimmy there for sure. They'll win more than what was it they won last year? 4, 3.
I don't know, some shit like that. Giants and Giants.
I think on that team, he immediately gives them another 3-4 wins, even being as limited as he is.
And Saquon should be healthy, supposedly, but we don't know for how long. He's kind of like Mostert in that when he's healthy, he's an explosive asset. But how often has he been healthy?
I mean, Jimmy will have somebody that, he's familiar throwing it to. And then it's not like he's not going to have a Dante Pettis on the left hand. He's going to have Galladay on the other hand.
I think Pettis is actually there.
He is there, I mean? But it's not like he's going to be the number 2 receiver I'm throwing to. I mean? That guy's number 5 on the list. So you'll have Galladay and you'll have Deebo, you'll have Saquon. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good situation to walk into there. And plus, they still got tons of draft picks. So they're definitely going to be bringing in people. They got didn't they just bring in a new front office too?
They got a new front office. The last 2 was terrible. Was it Gettleman? Dave Gettleman, I believe. He was.
Yeah, they cleaned house. So if they do that trade with us while still holding on to pick number 5 and bringing in 3 people that can just start immediately, oh come on, man! Those guys are sitting pretty on this trade, and so are we, because we go get the people that we want, and we still have a second rounder. How many third rounders? How many fourth rounders? We can parlay all that into big things, big moves. But I still think if you do that and you get Sauce or Kyle Hamilton at number 7, oh, it's a win. It's a win immediately. I'm doing backflips because I know if you keep that defense together, and maybe a couple upgrades in the years to come, or maybe even in this draft, you can pick up another edge.
Yeah, no doubt. 1 second. Damn. Lost
Yeah,
my parlay. It's all good.
that's the yellow brick road, in my opinion, right there.
All right, well, let's look at some draft talk. We covered the Deebo shit pretty much. Let's look into the draft, NFL draft coming up Thursday night. Um, Big names at the top. It's not really. It's a strange draft because you don't have any sure shot quarterbacks going in the top five. I don't think.
Mhm.
Maybe somebody sneaks up in there in the top five, but I mean, you're looking at from what predictors are saying. You're not looking at a quarterback going until maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there, maybe even
Yeah,
later. And Pickett is the one to look out for. He may move up somehow.
Pickett.
Uh, yeah, what's his name?
I
Pickett,
keep
right?
hearing just a lot of talk about Willis.
Oh yeah, Malik Willis.
Yeah,
You got a cannon. I don't know. Accuracy could be an issue, but the way the NFL is shaping up, you're gonna get these more mobile quarterbacks.
mm,
They're the future. That's
yeah.
what we're looking at. So yeah, it's possible that he goes earlier than expected. If I'm looking at it right now, let me see. Let me see what I look at. I don't see a quarterback going that high. I would say maybe because let's look at this. You got the Jaguars at one. They got their QB. You got the Lions. They could possibly look at a QB, but I don't think you're looking at a QB at two. Texans, same thing. I don't think they're going to be looking at a QB at number three. Jets got their QB of the future. Giants could throw a curveball in there maybe, but I don't think at five you'll be willing to do that. There's also been rumors that a lot of teams are trying to trade out of early
Right.
picks this year.
Yeah.
Six, you got the Jets again. They're not going to be looking. Oh, this is a mock. Jets actually have 10.
Well, I'll be honest with you. PFF Big Board has Willis as top rated quarterback, but he's number 30 on their list. And this is just the Big Board. This is not their mock draft or anything like that. This is top 32 guys. You know what I'm saying? Right away, Willis is at number 30. So that doesn't really bode well as a lot of these quarterbacks getting drafted in the first round. I heard at the most, they're saying maybe two. I believe Willis would definitely be one of them. Um,
Yeah.
but that's
Those are the only two names I even recognize and I've
right,
seen a
right,
little bit of.
right.
Matt Corral, they got it number
Mhm.
three here on the CBS one.
Sam
Sam
Howell.
Howell. Okay,
Yeah,
I've seen him. I wasn't impressed. Uh, at North Carolina, he had a lot of weapons, so he did put up
right,
some stats sometimes. But I've seen him get upset by a couple teams. I just wasn't impressed with him.
right.
Ritter's kind of nasty. He got a cannon,
Mhm.
6'3", 211, Cincinnati QB.
Yeah,
Um, but he's raw. He's more of a project, I would think. I could see him moving up. They got him as 70th ranked player overall on CBS. I could see him sneaking in maybe mid second round, maybe possibly. And the rest of these guys, I'm not even going to front. I haven't seen much of any of these guys.
right.
So this is definitely not the strongest quarterback draft. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. We've seen much better QB drafts uh, recently. Last year was much better than this. Kenny Pickett, Malik
Yeah.
Willis are the only two guys that are. I don't even. They're still not like blue chip dudes. You know what I mean? They're like, I would say like B level talent, second
Right.
round talent. If they were in last year's draft, both these dudes would go in the second round for sure. I
Yeah.
don't think they would make their way in.
No.
Now,
That was
now the
a quarterback heavy draft last year. Yeah.
circumstances of this year, they may sneak in. CBS has Malik Willis as 23 overall.
Mhm.
I think you're going to look at possibly. I say he goes top 15. One of those two dudes goes top 15. I would guess, just
I,
because people are so desperate for QBs.
I'm not shocked if Seattle takes him. He's in the same mold as Russell Wilson, but a bigger body. You know, so they already know how to work a running quarterback over there. They've done it for years. I think they definitely go after him. I don't really think it matters that Baker's out there, but I wouldn't be shocked if they picked up Baker on a flyer. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just being a backup, because
Well,
he's
what
another running quarterback in the mold of Russell Wilson. He's almost the same size
I
as
guess you could say Baker is probably the best quarterback in this draft when you look at
him.
it, which is not saying much. Personally, I'm not a Baker guy.
Yeah,
I've said it on here many times.
right.
Shit, I think our first episode I was bodying that dude.
Right.
And a lot because this dude had such a fan base, and I'm like, off what?
Right.
Like, these dude ain't never been it for me. Let's see. The vet says I'm looking for a nickel DB like Marcus Jones. I think would be
It's
dope.
not bad. It's not bad. Marcus
That would be
Jones.
nice.
Yeah.
We do need a nickel.
Yeah.
Somebody who can get in on Cooper Cup, give him some problems because he lines up in the league. He lines up all over the place. So we
Yeah.
got to be ready for that dude. That should be our main goal. Finding somebody who could slow him down at least. Contain him, stay with him a little bit. I like that. I like that thinking, vet. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But I say we need to get two corners in this draft. Nickel at some point, and another starter. I want somebody to pair with Travarius, who's going to be solid.
Yeah.
So we'll see what ends up happening on that front. Let me see what else am I looking at here. So just the top 10. Let me give the draft order here. Jacksonville Jaguars number 1, Detroit Lions number 2, Texans at 3, Jets at 4, Giants at 5, Panthers at 6, New York Giants at 7, Atlanta Falcons at 8, Seattle Seahawks at 9, and Jets at 10. Like you said, the two teams that, well, those two teams, 7, 8, 9, are teams where you'd be looking at a possible quarterback moving up. Giants, Falcons, Seahawks. I think if they're going to go in the top 10, it would be one of those three teams, and it would be like
Yo, yo, you're cutting
towards the
out,
end.
cousin. You're cutting out.
You hear me?
Adjust your mic. Adjust your mic. There you go.
You good?
Yeah, it's better
I
now.
mean, am
It's
I
better
good?
now.
Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah, it was getting kind of squirrely there.
Okay, so yeah, 7, 8, 9 is where I think you could see one of these dudes go, one of these quarterbacks go. Personally,
Right.
Commanders at 11 maybe. Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't know. Saints could possibly make a move at 16. They own picks 16 and 19, so that's another spot for your QBs. But aside from that, who do you see going number 1? Hutchinson?
Up until recently, I would say Hutchinson, but now the other edge kid who's coming, was it Thibodeau that everybody's loving right now,
Yeah, he's
or
nasty. They're both nasty.
wasn't Thibodeau?
Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon.
I think it was Thibodeau that everybody's tripping on right now. That he's the one that's rising. Um,
The big D lineman Trayvon Walker is predicted to go number 1 on
Walker,
a
I think
lot of
was the
places.
one that supplanted him, but it was somebody that supplanted. I mean, I think those two dudes are pretty damn dope. Um, I don't know. It's too much of a toss up this year. You know what I mean? They said this draft is the deepest in terms of talent. You know what I mean? In a very long time. I mean, it's just going to be talent into the sixth, seventh round. I keep hearing. So that makes it difficult for you to really even say because they still don't even know who's really the number one overall. Hutchinson's just getting all the love because he had a great season this year. But
Well, I think it looks like a decent draft if you're not looking for a
right,
quarterback,
right,
which is good
right.
for us because we're not looking for a quarterback.
Well, it's everything else but quarterback this year. Remember a couple of years it was all wide receivers when Ruggs and Judy and everybody else got drafted. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just I don't know who you can. It's got to be either Hutchinson or or Walker or whoever supplanted him recently. I don't see this isn't going to be like when Baker got took number 1 overall or whatever the fuck it was that he got took. It ain't going to be a shock like that. I completely doubt it. But yeah, one of those two dudes can go. It could be. It could be. What's the name too? What's the kid's name? Um, Stingley. I wouldn't be shocked if Stingley goes number 1. You know what I mean?
I think that would be too
That'll
high.
never happen, though. You know what I mean?
I
don't
think
think
I think Hutchinson's probably going to go number 1.
right.
He got a motor.
But
He's a
this is that
hardball coach
year
dude.
of all the shit we've seen this whole year, man, on this offseason. This is that year where something probably could actually happen where we're like, what the fuck? And he wouldn't even be shocked because it'll go right with the narrative of this whole fucking offseason anyway. So
I will
that's
say, I want to make this point real quick that this was a great move actually by Kyle and John to go up and get Trey Lance because if you had Trey Lance in this draft, he's going number 1 overall,
yeah,
easy.
definitely.
So you got
Unquestionably
to look at it like that. We got the number 1 pick in this draft. Shit. When you look
Unquestionably.
at it like that,
The team, so I don't even think it's a question if they win another title because they did without him. You know what I mean? They won another national championship. So he's there. They're winning another national championship. You know what I mean? So yeah, immediately, because that's what, two he won.
Mm-hmm.
That would be two. Yeah, come on, number one pick for sure.
No doubt.
Probably would have even have been in the Heisman discussion. So yeah, it was definitely a good move to go ahead and snag him up because he definitely would have been the number one quarterback this year for sure. Definitely, probably even overall, a number one pick. So I don't know. I think his absence probably is what really screwed up this draft. It would
Okay.
have been easier probably to tell how shit was going to shake out. Now I don't think you really got to, nobody really knows. So, but yeah, I'm knowing what I'm hoping for. Um, I'm knowing if we don't get, that first round pick from some trade of this or other, if we're stuck with what we got, I know who I need on our team, and I'm hoping they make them right choices. I mean, I like Nick Cross as a safety. The guy, he brings it. He reminds me a lot of Derwin James. I like Josh Pascal out of Kentucky. That dude, he would provide for so much more depth in case what's the name flames out. Kinlaw, comes back with a healthy knee, but he's just a bust. He lives in the backfield of opponents. He bull rushes. He sweeps. What I'm saying, he's got a great club. He got a great swim. The dude he eats up linemen like they're not even there. He came through melanoma. Actually, he had melanoma. Came through that and didn't even miss a beat. Still played. The guy's a monster. You know what I mean? I'd like to see that dude on our team. Marcus Jones too was a good one. I like Lewis Sign too. Lewis
I
Sign
like
is
asking
definitely
him. I
awesome.
was watching him today.
I
I
think
like
he
him.
could. I think he can. I think he might fall. He could probably fall to us. Somewhere in that second round. That the possibilities are really endless for us in this draft. Um, but I'd like to see those guys definitely get a good look. I'm really interested in Verone McKinley III from Oregon too. The guy's super ball hawk. He's a little bit on the undersized side at like 5'10", but my God, this kid is all over the place when it comes to being Johnny on the spot with the picks. So I'm really into Sign being and McKinley. Who else is out there that's definitely worth a
I
look?
like Daxton Hill, but he's gonna be way gone.
Daxton was the other one. Daxton's, yeah.
He's gonna be top 15 probably.
You think so?
Probably because Kyle Hamilton's gonna go kind of quick. Maybe top 20 for Daxton Hill because somebody's gonna need a safety in that first 20. I would think. Maybe not. Shit, I hope he falls, but we ain't nowhere. He ain't nowhere around where we would be able to get him.
Right, right.
But
Well, I mean,
maybe
there's
Sign, maybe Lewis Sign if he falls, or we
I
trade
think
up in the second round
I
to get him.
think Sign might actually be gone before Daxton will. I think Daxton goes down a
He's
little bit.
he's 6'2". Yeah,
You know,
I like Daxton though because he blitzes a lot. He's nasty
yeah,
on the
yeah,
blitz.
yeah.
He seems like he's a playmaker. He's around he's kind of everywhere on the field.
Right.
But Sign is nice too. I like them both. Like you
The
said.
kid from the Bearcats is cool. There's so much talent coming out of that Bearcats secondary this
Oh
year. It's
yeah,
like all three of those guys.
that second cornerback, Kobe Bryant is his name.
Yeah, Kobe's is a
He was
monster.
nice. I was looking at his film last night.
I
I
can't
liked what I seen
remember
out of
the
him.
I can't remember the kid's name, but he was one of the safeties in that backfield with them. Son of a bitch.
Oh, is it Brian Cook?
A
See, it
Cook.
says
Cook.
safety Cincinnati.
Cook's another guy out there who's definitely knows how to bring it and has some ball hawking skills. I like Cook. I like his tape. He looked really fluid. Um, but I think we need a guy who can be an enforcer as well as pick that ball out the sky. I think Cook. I think the fuck is the kid's name? There he is.
Up, Leo.
Yo, what's up?
Little Pippin.
Are you ready for the draft on Thursday?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's on the menu? Pizza, wings. What are we doing?
Most likely wings. Wings and beer.
I'm gonna not get wings this year because the last couple of years we got picks that I didn't want whenever I get Wingstop. So I'm gonna skip out on Wingstop this time. Maybe Niners will get somebody I actually want,
Right.
possibly because I did not want your boy. What's the big dude? Kinlaw. I did not want Kinlaw. We got him.
Well, the dude I was
Kirby
thinking of,
Joseph.
Kirby Joseph, is definitely good. I like his tape. Squat dude, but definitely can bring power. I was talking about dude from Maryland, Nick Cross. He's the one that reminds me of Derwin James. You know, quick, diagnoses plays in an instant, and he doesn't second guess. He brings it. He's right downhill once he recognizes the play. And he's good at it too on the run, and he's got some pretty good safety coverage skills too.
Yeah, some of the corners I was looking at that I liked. Kyer Elam out of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I seen out of him. There was a couple plays where he was actually D'ing up Kyle Pitts,
Yep.
knocked away some of the deep balls, some of the mid range passes towards him. Another one, Martin Emerson,
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State. He's nasty. I like what I seen out of him.
Yep.
Alontae Taylor, more of a project, a little bit raw from Tennessee, but he's got speed. He's only 6 foot, but he could fly. I think he's like a 4.3, if I'm not mistaken. But he's raw. He makes some mistakes, but in the right system, which I think we would have, we could probably do some good coaching, coach him up, and make him a playmaker. Josh Joby, Alabama, 6'1", cornerback. He was pretty nice. Monteric Brown out of Arkansas. If you get a chance, look at his tape. Uh, 6 foot corner, Arkansas. I liked what I seen out of him. He's very he's tenacious. He breaks up a lot of passes. Monteric Brown, Arkansas. That's another one. And
Right.
also I liked a Caleb Evans, Missouri, 6'2".
What's the
So he
kid
has
from
some
Ole
nice
Miss?
size. From Ole Miss?
Yeah,
Let me see.
can't remember his name.
Did I check? I don't know if I checked his stuff out.
He's definitely worth a look. I can't remember his fucking name.
Let me see this dude. Let me see if I can pull him up real quick. You said Ole Miss?
Yeah,
I see Mississippi State. Yeah, I don't see anybody on my board, but I can't scroll down all the way on the CBS one. It's been acting up on me today. So he probably lower down. Let me see what else. Who else did I have? I think I had one or two more guys that I liked in that. Oh yeah, Kobe Bryant already mentioned.
yeah.
He looked like he could be a little playmaker. So those are the guys I was looking at within the realm of where we're picking. Elam might be gone. He'll probably be gone by then. Hopefully Emerson might fall and Alontae Taylor may fall. If we decide to go corner first, those are some of the guys I was looking at. And like I said, I just did a quick go through this year. I haven't watched any actual full game film or whatever, anything like that. I just going off highlight reels. Usually I go for game film, but I'm gonna try to cram some in the next two nights.
I was thinking of Sam Williams. He was a linebacker. I'm off. I'm off. He was an
That's
edge.
fine.
One of the edge prospects that I was looking at was Sam Williams.
Okay,
Yeah, my fault.
no worries. The guy, but Monteric Brown, I don't know where he's projected to go, but man, if you get a chance, I liked what I seen out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So check him out. Maybe
Yeah.
they got him listed on CBS as the 88th overall player overall. So I guess he's probably early third round, I guess.
Okay.
Early third. So that would be cool. I mean, swoop on him. Possible. Wide receivers. Did you get a chance to look at any wide receivers?
Leo?
I haven't seen really I ain't been paying attention to it. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm.
Been
That's
working
all
a
good.
lot.
Got a couple days.
That's what I'm doing right now.
For wide receivers, this dude's gonna go pretty high. Drake London, USC, 6'4", 219. He reminds me of Michael Pittman Jr. kind of big body going up for passes. He'll probably go top 15, I would think. So we won't have a chance at him unless we were able to trade Deebo. Jamison Williams, Alabama. I think he's probably the best in the draft. 6'2", so he's got the size. He'll go up and make some plays. He'll fight for the ball. I liked what I seen out of him.
Right.
He's going to go top 15 as well, I would think. Christian Watson has been projected to go. That's Trey Lance's boy, North Dakota State wide receiver, 6'4". He's projected to go, I think, anywhere from like 20 to 30, somewhere in there. So
Okay.
possibly
more in the second round, but that sounds right.
They said that we could be, because we did interview him. You know, we could probably target him just so Trey can have that familiarity. That is his boy. Supposedly they had a nice little thing, and that would be cool because then he'll have chemistry with two wide receivers right away because he's building that chemistry right now with Ayuk. So it's not a bad idea. It's just
Watson's pretty explosive, and he can do some reverses and shit like that.
at six
Not
foot
to the
four, 200
not to the
plus.
extent of Deebo, but
Yeah.
I mean, he could do some nice things.
Well, he could probably do it different, bring a different skill set, and probably still thrive. Just like Devo, but just not as a wide back or anything like that. He's 6'4", 2 something. He could do some things. That's closer to To's build than what Debo brings. You know what I mean? Debo's just fucking beast.
Another dude I like who they got low down. They got him ranked at 140 overall. Uh, Alec Pierce, another dude from Cincinnati. This is a big
Ooh,
receiver.
question.
6'3". Yeah, go ahead.
What are you thinking of possibly going and snatching up a guy, to pair with Kittle this year? They say McBride could actually come in and help out. Trey McBride.
Yeah, I would. I'm for it. I think we need another big body down there in the red zone. To pair with Kittle to make the offense more explosive. So I'm all for that. I wanted them to get somebody last year, but they elected not to. So I'm all for that. That's
I've
why
heard.
I'm thinking we got to trade back maybe, or with somehow if we're able to trade Jimmy and get some picks out of it. I doubt it.
I won't be
Highly
touching.
unlikely.
Yeah, I think you're gonna at this point you're gonna package him with Debo to get anything worth. He would basically just like
But what do you want to trade?
supercharge the trade.
But
Huh?
what do you want to trade Jimmy after? What I've heard is like he'll be able to throw late June, maybe July. Wouldn't you want to trade him at that time? Get a little bit
No,
more.
I would just
no,
trade him now, dude.
it takes way too long. He's
Well,
already
and I want the
taken up
message to be to Trey that you're the starting quarterback. I don't want him looking over his
Yeah,
shoulder. There's no reason for that now. If he wasn't performing like after this year, and then you bring in a vet, then you make him feel some heat. That's fine. But him coming in, this is going to be his year to start. I don't think there's any benefit from having Jimmy here, other than if Trey gets hurt.
I think
Mhm.
that'll also put put you in a situation where like what if you didn't draft for a specific need that we now still need. Let's say because we've walked out of the draft, a couple years before with a hole still on the roster. You know what I'm saying? What if you trade Jimmy later? But if you had traded him before the draft, that hole that's on the roster, you could have filled at the second time of free agency, at the second free agency run. You know what I mean? Because let's say we don't get a safety that's going to take over. You know what I'm saying? What if we go back out and there's still, Matthew sitting right there? You know what I mean? Or other cat. I heard Derwin James was getting shopped. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Ooh, if we could get that.
I mean,
I'll trade him Jimmy Ward and Armstead right now and give him
I'm
a
saying,
center.
dude, it's just there's things that could pop out. It's already been a roller coaster of an off season. Why leave him there when it's just the elephant in the room that you can clear the hell out and then have 25 million in your bank account? I don't see the reason to hold on to him any longer than we already did. It's already costed us. We've already shot ourselves in the foot with this shit. It just rip the damn Band-Aid off. Let it go. I think also
I agree.
that if you packaged him in a trade with Deebo, you can get more than you could get for just Deebo alone. I don't think that would definitely. I definitely don't think that would take away the value from a trade. I think it would add value to a trade.
I agree.
And then you don't have Trey knows it's his team. You know what I'm saying? You've got draft capital coming out the fucking wazoo. You know what I mean? You got moves you can make that you couldn't make beforehand. It's just so much. You breathe, basically. You know what I mean? You get these guys off because now there's no drama. You can get back to just focusing on the task at hand, which is, hoisting that fucking, 6th ring.
Yeah.
All right. Any other draft talk? Any other receivers or anything?
Um,
Tyquan Thornton out of Baylor, 6'2". He's fast. He can fly. I wouldn't mind him.
Sounds pretty good too.
Right.
But I'd probably be gone.
Which dude? Oh, Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nasty. He'll be gone.
yeah.
Mekhi Polk, 6'3", Mississippi State. I seen him last night. I was very impressed with what I seen out of him.
Is
That's
that
another
the
guy I
guard?
want to throw out there. No, he's a wide receiver as well.
Okay.
6'3". He makes some plays. He go up and high point the ball. I like that dude. I like what I seen out of him. So that's another dude I was thinking may be there fairly late. Let's see where they got him on. I can't even look him up. But he's way down, probably like 200 or something. 200th pick overall. So I don't know. We may do a special on the draft day. We'll see if we can work something out, possibly to do
Yeah,
draft day.
sounds
If
good.
you're available, if Leo's available, we'll
See
see.
what I can do. See what I can do.
See
I
if
might. When's the draft again? Thursday?
Thursday at
This
4,
Thursday.
I think.
Is it Thursday?
Fuck yeah, this
Thursday.
Thursday. Well, the first round is on Thursday, and I believe then Friday is what, the second and third, or
Yeah.
just the
Yeah,
second?
yeah, yeah. Friday is second and third,
Okay.
and
I
then I
got
think.
some. I got some business I got to take care of that day. I don't even know if I'll be able to, bro.
Oh, it's all good. It's
Try.
all
You
good
know what I mean? Just send the link like always. We'll see what we can do.
for
Um,
sure.
I'm like I said, I'm still mostly hoping that we just shore up this defense. I think we're just a piece or two away from being an elite defense again. And when I say elite, I mean top five. I mean in the league. Um, I really do think we'd be lucky to get a hold of a cat and Jalen Petrie. You know what I mean? I think that kid can bring it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he'd do wonders throwing him in the slot because that's where he showed most of his shine last year. He was great in the slot. You put that kid there, you got basically, you just replace Shark. You know what I mean with Shark for the next 6 years.
The vet says both wide receivers from SMU are nice. I
So the
see one of
weapons.
them. What was one name? Danny something, I think. What was that cat? SMU. Let me see. Damn, I don't remember this dude's name. He was all right. I know what he's talking about. I know one of them. There's this little dude who I thought would be nice, but
Yes,
he's
Danny
small.
Gray. Danny Gray was one. Yeah.
There's this little cat. I seen from Western Kentucky. He's probably gonna go really late. You could probably get him. He's only 5'9", but this dude, I think he had 17 TDs, like 110 catches, something like that. And if you watch him play, he'll
Hmm.
go up and make some plays. This dude is can be, one of them special team type dudes. Maybe he's not that fast for. He's only 5'9". He's not that fast, but he looks quick on the field.
Right.
So if you get a chance, take a look at some of his footage. I was kind of
Great
impressed with
game
him for
speed.
being a little dude. Yeah,
Right.
game. He looked like a gamer, game speed. So that's another sleeper I was looking at possibly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Roberson, Reggie Roberson Jr. and Danny Gray. Yeah, they're both looking pretty good. I think they're projected at second or third, or third or fourth, and some other mock drafts.
we should
But
do.
they
We
look
got to do
good.
some mock drafting, Leo.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah, they
All right.
definitely.
Well, Thursday's going to be exciting. It's a different draft because we don't have a pick. We're not looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We don't
Yeah,
have a pick we don't have a pick in the first round. So as Niner fans, it's not as exciting. But then again, if you do get Deebo traded, if Deebo does get traded, then it becomes a lot more exciting because you're probably looking at a top 15 pick for Deebo. I would think maybe top 20 at the lowest. But if
Yeah,
if you got anything under 15, then you'd have to get a second round in there as well. I wouldn't
yeah.
take anything less. But there was reports that the Jets are open to giving us that king's ransom we're looking for. That's what I was hearing tonight
big.
on Instagram.
I think I heard um, 131 and 189 or 110 or something like that. Basically, picks in the first 3 rounds of this year. I don't. I
I
mean,
would need 10, 35, and what other one have they
was
got?
it 35? I think it was 35.
Let me see what picks the Jets even got. Picks. Let's see. Full list of draft selections for the Jets. So currently the Jets got pick number 4, which they're not going to give up. Pick number 10, which is possible. Uh, they have 2 second rounders. They have 35 and 38, and they have 69. So for me, I would take 10, either 35 or 38, and 69. So let's say 10, 38, and 69. I would take that for Deebo possibly. I would because you could trade down that 10th pick and you could get so much for it, and we could address so many other needs.
I couldn't do it.
I would be tempted, man. I
If
think
I got
I would pull that
anywhere
trigger.
in that top 10, bro, I'm trading up for Sauce Gardner or Hamilton. That's just that's just a no brainer for me. I would give up that second pick. I'd give up a third pick. The hell with it. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me none. Because you're gonna get that back in this guy for the next 8 years, dude. Those dudes are gonna just lock down that back. You talking about the closest thing to lockdowns coming out of the draft in a long time? It's those two guys. You know what I mean? You can't miss with either one of them, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
So the vet says the Jets are supposedly putting together an offer we can't refuse. We'll see.
We'll see. That's real.
I
I
mean,
know
if they're gonna throw,
definitely has everything to do with that 10 pick.
they ain't giving up that fourth. I would say there's no chance in hell they're giving
If
up that
they
fourth.
do, then haha, and I will laugh at a Jets fan for the rest of my life. Because that is just you don't do that. You know what I would do? I'll be
What
honest
about
with
10, 35, and 38? You wouldn't take that?
you. If they did give up that fourth, bro, I would be all in for trading back from the fourth because you can get a lot out of that and still get your guy, no matter what. You
I
know what I
would
mean?
take
So
I
that's
would
what I would.
take 10, 35, and 69 personally.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's not bad. That's not bad, and I will still need something next year. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
would definitely
maybe a
take
fifth
that.
or fourth.
We can, 6 round pick, fine. Yeah, that's cool. Give me that next year too. You know what I mean? Fifth rounder, whatever. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm going to definitely need 4 picks. That's a nice little package to have right there, though. 35 and 69.
What about 10, 69, and Becton? Would you take that?
Yeah, because you got a proven guy coming into your team that's definitely going to start. He's plug and play immediately. You know what I mean? And then you've got 10. You can figure out what to do with that. You can trade back or you can trade up. You know what I mean, to get even stronger in the defense. And then you got 69 with the other 9 draft picks we have. We could still make moves all day, every day of the draft. So it gives us a lot of flexibility if we did that.
AD says Deebo is that guy, bro. Niners stay making bad moves. Pay that man. Yeah, but you can't pay everybody. That's the problem.
Well, no,
Uh,
they fucked up and they pissed him off, and now it might be too late for that.
yeah, that too.
You know,
But you can't pay everybody. Let's just say we
you
do
can.
pay Deebo. Then how are we going to pay Bosa next year?
I think we could have paid both of them. I think it's the next superstar after them that we would have had to go. Sorry, we ain't got the bread for you, bro.
Because you're
And
going to
that
have to pay
probably
Trey eventually too. If Trey comes in and does his thing,
right. That means that's what I mean. That's what it would be. You know what I'm saying? So
Eventually,
eventually,
on that rookie
one of those guys would go.
contract now.
yeah. But how long is his rookie contract? 4 years?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years? Well, he's already one down. So
Yeah.
let's say he does okay this year. By
Yeah,
year 3, he may be
Third,
wanting to
fourth,
restructure that already.
or the latest.
Re-
You do something similar with KC did with Mahomes.
Hmm.
It just sounds like a fat ass contract, but I mean that shit. What I've heard, that's a player friendly contract. What he got?
But what about Bosa? You got to pay
I
him.
don't know if that was player friendly, bro. They gave that boy $500 million, and then he
But
lost
he
his
was
starting
with
tackle.
hella shit.
You're
though.
already
But they
paying big.
They had to
You're already
break a
paying big money
line.
for Warner. You're already paying big money for Kittle. Who else you paying big money to? Warner, Kittle.
Okay. Warner, Kittle.
That's
It
it.
would have been Deebo. It would have been Nick Armstead.
Oh, Trent Williams.
We paid
Trent
Armstead.
Williams.
We played Trent Williams. You know what I'm saying? So Deebo and Nick. That would have been like 7 guys right there. That most of our rosters getting broke off.
No, I'm saying down the road, 80, not now. Maybe like by year 3,
4
he's gonna
years.
want a contract.
4.
Say he does his thing. Year
Mhm.
3, he's gonna probably want a contract.
What is the question?
He's saying Trey, that ain't happening. Like we ain't got to worry about Trey paying Trey. Not yet.
Oh yeah, not for a while, but who knows?
Down the road. But if you're paying Deebo and you're paying Bosa, then where's that money gonna pay for to pay Trey?
That's what I mean. So it would have been the next guy after that. After those 2 got signed, it would have been like, how do we free up the money to, Trey put back to back, what I'm saying, Pro Bowl years. He's going to want to upgrade in his money. You know what I mean? So yeah, it would have been him that probably would have had to figure something out. We would have to restructure contracts and all that good shit. I mean, I really don't worry so much about us because we do a great job when it comes to restructuring shit and, freeing up money. We do that. We've got a great front office when it comes to that. So I really wouldn't stress so much about that.
Yeah, they're cheapskates.
Being an issue.
Cheap ass.
So
Parag.
it's just like, I mean, what if Aziz comes in and puts up another stellar year? Unless he goes to the Pro Bowl, he has an All Pro. What if Greenlaw has a All Pro year and he wants to get paid? I mean, those guys are going to be the ones on the outside looking in.
Ayuk,
he's going to need. I mean, his first year was 700 yards. Second year, 800 yards. He goes 1,200 this year. You know what I'm saying? And then he puts in another,
Elijah Mitchell.
I mean, we're going to have to pay him eventually because if there's no Deebo, definitely who's going to be number 1 is I'm pretty sure Ayuk.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I would trade Deebo just to trade him, but if he don't want to be here already,
yeah, exactly. If we don't have a choice, what do we do?
And if you can get a team like the Jets to just throw you crazy amounts of draft picks and to take that payroll on that they're gonna have to take, because that would save us if we don't have to pay Deebo and we don't have to pay Jimmy if we cut him or trade him or whatever.
which is
That
gonna
puts us in a
happen.
great spot to sign Deebo, to sign Bosa.
Mhm.
And then it gets, we got some weapons coming in with all those picks we'll be able to make. We can
Yeah,
do some damage. We could rebuild that O line. We could rebuild the secondary completely, and still get maybe two wide receivers to fill in for Deebo.
I think next year is going to be a good barometer of what we're doing with the secondary, depending on how Lenoir and Lenoir and other kid from Ambry, you know what I'm saying, on how they progress. Those dudes come through and
Yeah,
they
forgot about
build.
Ambry. Ambry was pretty decent towards the second half of the
If they
season.
build, you know what I'm saying, and progress pretty damn good, that's just only going to bode well for that secondary if we do get our hands on another starter back there, So
Yeah.
I mean, I think the rebuilding of the secondary is well underway already, and it looks like we've got some things to look forward to. I still think that if we add, what I'm saying, one of the two best defensive back prospects in this draft to our roster, it'll supercharge on getting us there one step quicker. You know, um, as far
We need we need another edge guy too.
I mean, there's so many out here. You know who I really like Karlaftis. I think he brings some kind of like just he looks like every time I see this guy play, like he's just extremely pissed off at the person across from him, like they stole money from him or I mean, called his sister a whore or something like that. The way that guy plays, he plays violent, he plays fast, and he plays rough. I mean, I like Karlaftis a lot, but he's probably out of our range. He's probably going to go kind of early. Um, who
The vet,
yeah,
I agree with you. Fuck McGlinchey, man. Trade him. Save us some money. He's terrible at pass blocking anyway,
yeah.
and he's coming off an injury. If you can find somebody
Did we
stupid
pick
enough,
it up
if you
last
can
year?
find somebody stupid enough to trade him, yeah,
I'm telling you,
get a
man.
fifth round pick for him. I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
telling you, dude. I keep saying it, man, and I'm gonna keep saying it until draft night. You give up Jimmy, you give up Deebo, and you give up McGlinchey. Give them to the Giants. We want 1 and 2 this year. We want 1 and 2 next year. Next year we can work it out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to give up 1 and 2 next year, but we're gonna definitely want this. You know what I'm saying? If we make that happen, great. It takes care of their quarterback need. It takes care of their tackle need. It takes care of the need to have a great guy right across from Kenny Golladay, and they still have the fifth round pick, which they can do whatever the fifth overall pick, which they can do whatever the fuck they want with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That takes three major needs off of their draft immediately. It fills all three holes. You know what I'm saying? So they're just basically playing with house money after that. And then we get to go get, a great guy to put in that secondary in Gardner. We also get, draft capital for next year. We don't have to worry about, oh shit, we don't have a first rounder. I think we can get a first and second, 2 firsts and a second for those three guys. Yeah. Yeah. They're not losing anything. That's the whole point of why I keep saying it, is because they're only getting richer. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're a team that was what? 4 and what? What was their record last year?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
I know that. The SF Giants. They won 107 games.
Not the SF Giants, baby.
I can tell you that right off the bat. I think they were what? 5-12.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, probably like that. Would have to be something like that because shit, they suck.
2021.
Looks like Nip's computer went dead. So
They were
it's all
4 and
good.
13. They were 4 and 13 last year.
Yeah, see, yeah, sounds right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're gonna nobody can tell me that if they got a healthy Mike McGlinchey at right tackle, they got a healthy Jimmy, Kenny Golladay,
I heard
Deebo
Kadarius Tone, what's his name? Kadarius was
if they don't trade him, yeah, Kadarius
don't
Tony.
rumor.
You know what I mean? That's the rumor. And then you got Saquon, a healthy Saquon back there. Are you telling me that that's not a team that can win more than 4 games? They'll easily double their
They
record.
could easily double that win. Yeah,
You know
total.
what I mean? And then they still have a fifth overall pick to parlay into whatever they want. They can go edge, they can go, O line. They can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? To add to their defense or offense. So everybody wins in that. They could trade back. You know what I mean? Get even more picks. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wins in that trade. I think if they really, really would be smart to explore it, I think the Niners, if they had their choice, though, they really wouldn't want to trade Deebo into the, into the NFC.
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying? Do we even see the Giants this year? I don't think we do. I don't think we do.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
I think the schedule comes out May 12th. That's what I heard.
I know for sure that we're playing the entire AFC West this year.
Yo, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my camera just died on me, so I'm gonna be just a fucking talking circle.
All right, bro. Talking shield.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck, man. I've been having technical difficulties all fucking year here. That's whack.
It's why I keep harping on that trade, because if it does, it'll be basically the best thing to happen to us in that scenario. The fact that we're losing Deebo and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think the teams that was supposedly in the hunt was the Ravens, Miami, which I mean, I don't know. They already got Tyreek Hill and then they got Waddle, but I could see Miami doing some, because they also got draft picks. And then the other team was the Jets. And another team I heard, don't be surprised, come out the cuts for Deebo was Patriots.
No, I wasn't surprised. I remember hearing about
They don't have a high enough pick, though, do they?
I don't know, but I mean, shit. That's
another
another thing.
Top 15. If I'm gonna do Deebo, I need a top 15.
That's true. I need somebody. I'm looking at top 10. You know what I mean? Because all these crazy trades that we've seen this year for Tyreek Hill and all these other guys, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It goes right along in that. And if we take anything less, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot.
Well, yeah. The other thing too was what really causes whole receiver drama was when what's his name, Christian Kirk got signed to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
For that enormous salary.
Ridiculous.
That's kind
of fucking stupid ass Jaguars.
That's on Balky. Balky fucked up that that whole receiver price.
Probably did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
That's what really fucked up everything. And then then you see Tyreek Hill getting that money, Devontae Adams getting that money. Who else got signed? Even what's his name? Robinson, right? Allen Robinson. So you see these receivers. I think that kind of fucked it up. But shit, Deebo's seeing all these dudes getting money, and especially with Christian Kirk. I mean, shit. I think he got what? I forgot what it was like. I mean, it was like
Kirk is
never crazy.
Season has he?
He didn't deserve shit. I mean, he was all right.
60 mil, right, or something like that. 50 mil, 60 mil, somewhere in that range area. And ever since that shit went out, that was that's what started this whole domino effect with the receivers. Yeah. So if it wasn't for that sixth sign, I think Deebo has greater chance of staying with us.
I'm gonna go mute real quick. I'm gonna try to do some troubleshooting, see if I can get back on.
So let's be clear. Okay, you got it, bro. So let's be clear here. When we first started tonight, me and Nip both said the same thing. Neither one of us want to see him go.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Deebo. Nobody here wants Deebo going anywhere. Let's be clear about that. Okay.
We haven't had a solid ass receiver since Terrell Owens.
That's what I said. Who have we had since him?
Damn, 2 decades.
Who have we had since him that comes close? Nobody.
Nobody.
Flash Goodwin? No.
Goodwin is a track star, former Olympian, that we,
that's nice and all.
That was it. But he was
he ain't catching, you know what I'm saying? He ain't catching balls like Deebo. He ain't running through motherfuckers like that. So let's be honest here. Nobody wants Deebo to go anywhere. If you have a brain in your head, you don't want Deebo leaving this team. Mm-mm. But the fact remains, if they pissed him off, you know what I'm saying, to the point where he's like, no, I don't want to hear shit, and he breaks off contract talks and tells don't make an offer, you're kind of fucked now. You know what I mean? And the narrative that I heard was, well, fuck it. You let him play out his contract, and then you franchise tag him, and then you try to get something for him in the trade, which is a slippery slope because he might not give you all next year. He's going to be in a tough spot to play out that contract. He could also hold out. I mean, we've seen it done. You know what I'm saying? So,
the people talking about he don't got leverage. He got leverage. He said that the whole season.
So, it's not nothing new. I mean, Watson just sat out a whole damn season. You know what I'm saying? So it's not nothing new to the point where, we hold all the cards. We don't. You know what I mean? So it's not to the point where we want to see him go. But if he's gonna go, you know what I'm saying? If he's gonna come here, would you rather have him stay and play out disgruntled, knowing that he's not getting what he's worth? You know what I'm saying? No, you don't really want that. You don't want him here being pissed like that. So you go ahead and you give him his shit and let him go. You know what I mean?
Well, he could pull a Deshaun Watson, sit out for 2 years, a year, whatever.
But what you do is you get as much as you fucking can for him. And it's not like with Jimmy where you overvaluing. You're not overvaluing. Everybody knows Deebo is the goods.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. He's the goods, dude. Even though he got injured, everybody's a little worried about injury history and shit. It's something that you will put up with and deal with, knowing that guy's a playmaker. You know what I'm saying?
The 2 years that he's only been here in the NFL for 4 years, but the 2 years that's been healthy. 1 year you go to Super Bowl, and then 1 year you're just
look at his whole sample. Look at all of the servings though. Look at the whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at the whole thing though. Like even when he got injured, before he got injured, he was still balling.
Yeah. He won us that Green Bay game, all that.
He won us all the playoff games.
He won us everything, bro. He did it. You know, I mean, nobody wants to see him go, but if he's gonna go, no. We need top 10 status. We need top 10 overall and above if we're gonna give him up. We're not fucking around.
I would say top 15. I would take a top, but it would have to be. I would have to take like. It would have to be like a third or second and a third.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. It's got to be top 10. It's got to be top 10. He's worth it. And who knows? Some guys, first 2 years in the league, they get injured, they take their licks, and then they're just, they're Iron Man the rest of their career. Look at John Lynch. You know what I'm saying? He got injured a couple times in the beginning, and then for the next like 7, 8, 9, 10 years, the guy never got a finger sprain. You know what I'm saying? So Deebo could be one of those guys. He just needed to grow into his NFL body.
True. Yeah.
So, and even if not, who cares? We're losing a major fucking weapon here to help Lance grow and get better. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see us taking anything less than a 10. I wouldn't, as a front office guy, accept that. You know what I mean? Jimmy, whatever. You fucked up. Deebo? No, there's no denying Deebo.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it, bro. And
what was your take on it, Leo? Just the whole situation. Like, you want to trade him? You want to keep him? I'm sure you want to keep him.
Yeah, I would still try to make a deal, but like Sel says, if he doesn't want to be here, why keep him? Try to get as much value from him as you can. Sucks that he doesn't want to be part of this team, doesn't want to be part of the future. And and then you realize this is business, so it's a business. So you take as much. I mean, whatever value you get out of him. It'll be sick if you get him like a first round 2, maybe 2. This year's, next year's. See what happens. But yeah, you try to get somebody out, value picks, and maybe even in the player if you can. Shit, why not?
Well, that's what the vet said too. Right before we answered Ad's question, he would rather like you said, Nip, he's filling your trade proposal with fucking with the Jets to try to get Becton on the team. You know what I mean? And that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with that. But if you end up at that 10 spot and you got a chance to get Linderbaum, that's I kind of will roll with him. You know what I'm saying, over Becton, but that's also a pretty good little deal there because you basically just rebuilt your whole, offensive line for the future. So it's not a bad idea, you know what I mean? But I think some people will be a little upset going lineman, you know what I'm saying, if you did get that trade, you know what I'm saying?
But when you got a franchise QB, your franchise QB, Trey Lance.
That's what I'm saying. It's understandable to run that, you know what I mean? Because now you'll have your bookend tackles and you got your center of the future that's going to learn from Mac if he plays one more year, which I would.
AD says money always make things better temporarily.
Just like the Chiefs, they went and got Creed Humphrey right there. You know what I'm saying? The future right there.
Yep. But if they didn't give what's the name all that money, they'd still have their starting tackles. You know what I mean, from the Super Bowl.
Mahomes.
Yeah. So that's what fucked them over. When they paid Mahomes, they just basically said, "Oh, okay, well, we got to restructure everything when it comes to this O line.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that if Trey is what we think and hope he will be, that day of reckoning is coming. We're gonna see a lot of
Which would
bloodshed on
make
that.
it smart to do that deal with what's the name and get Becton, and then maybe snatch up Linderbaum at number 10. That would be totally smart. If it's and it's awesome because if Banks does show up next year and he shows out, then what I'm saying you don't really have a lot to worry about. You got one guard spot to fill. You know what I'm saying? Because Brunskill's not going to be here for another 3 years. I say he's probably gone next year.
Sip some Fiji. That shit is the best water out there, man. Hopefully they sign us and then give us a little endorsement.
Yeah, show some love.
Fiji's off the hook though. That shit hits. Anyway, let's transition to some NBA playoff talk real quick. I think we covered all our Niners and draft. And if we're going to do a draft special on the day of or the day after, we'll cover some more there as well. So let's get some Warriors talk in here, a little bit of NBA playoffs in general. Big loss. I thought we were going to get the sweep. What was that, Thursday? No, Sunday, my bad. Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. I thought we were going to get the sweep on Sunday. And we just came out really flat. And Denver shot the fucking lights out. They shot better than I've seen them shoot all season. Now Jordan Poole didn't play great, but I don't put that all on him. He was injured. Some of the missed free throws were killer from Steph and Clay. I think they missed 5 combined, if I'm not mistaken.
Plus they had Aaron Gordon on him. He looked like he had a little difficulty, being guarded by somebody bigger. He did have 10 assists, so and defensively.
But the defense, man, they were getting lit up with some of that 3-guard shit.
Yeah. So I'm not. Who did what? You can't. You're gonna lose a game when Denver as a whole team is shooting 50%.
Yeah, they were killing
3-point line.
And then they had everything to fight for, man. This is elimination. They're gonna shoot their best shot.
Yeah. Even with the Warriors, with the you don't ever see Steph miss 4 free throws. You don't see even Poole. I think Poole and Steph are like number 1 and number 2 in the free throw percentage. But like Denver just try to stay alive. That's what they did.
They got back to the corner.
AD, I agree. NBA is one of the more rigged leagues, I would say. Definitely, they were getting some hometown cooking.
Yeah,
but when Steph's missing free throws, you can't put that on the fucking refs. This dude is missing fucking free throws. And then 4-3. Like when was the last time Steph even missed 2 in a game?
Yeah.
I want to see the stat on that.
College, maybe? High school?
Wow. To miss 4? That was wild, man. And Wiggins, man, I've been saying, do not give Wiggins the ball in the clutch, dude. This dude could score in the second and third quarters. He can score these little garbage points and not garbage, but non-meaningful, non-super impactful points. But in the fourth quarter, keep the ball away from that guy. What was that design on the play on the pass in anyway? A lob pass to Wiggins, like
that was on Porter.
He had already missed that dunk, that tip in. All he had to do is tip it in or just slam it down gently. This dude tried to like fucking yam it down hella hard and bricked it. That was within the last minute and a half, I believe.
Yeah.
And then he had that one. He watched the ball roll out of bounds off the free throw that Denver missed. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Wiggins? I'm not going to put the whole loss on Wiggins, but I just don't. The coaching staff got to be smarter. The 2 guys you don't give the ball to in the clutch, Wiggins and Looney. You don't give them the ball in the clutch. In the last 3 minutes, don't let them touch the ball. That's my fucking opinion.
I think when it comes down with this loss, like I said, it's hard to beat. If you're going to beat the Warriors, your whole team got to shoot more than 50%. 3-point, and then we played sloppy. Draymond gets fouled out. There was a couple of them were ticky-tack fouls. Draymond fouls out, I believe in the 6 or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. There was some turnovers, just like that one with that inbound. Porter tried to throw it to Wiggins, and then you got Austin Reeves fucking jump man. I got hops on that play. He takes the ball away. But you still were, you still had opportunity, but and then it's on the road, but I think the Warriors are going to win this one on game 5.
I agree, but it would have been nice to get more rest for them.
Yeah, exactly. You want, especially with. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Steph starts this game 5, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they go maybe pool with that
We
line
need to
pool,
see
Steph, Clay.
GP2 needs to be in there. He hasn't getting any. He didn't
He
get
needs to
any
play
run.
more. Yeah, and then I agree with
Kaminga looked nice.
Kaminga looked nice. Yeah, there was. I mean, he might be playing a little bit better than Iguodala. There's been times that Iguodala looks kind of somewhat lost. You could tell he lost a step, but so I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they had Iguodala play a little bit more, but definitely want to see Kuminga. Definitely somebody that you're not going to see play anymore. Maybe it's Bielisa.
Yeah, give Kaminga all his minutes.
There's times like rather than taking a shot, he wants to get fouled. That kind of I think that kind of messes up the rhythm.
Yeah,
but definitely.
yeah.
You want to see Moody. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Moody too, but I wouldn't mind seeing Kuminga get some more minutes and also get that lineup be more. I mean, even with Steph, Clay, and Poole, that team is fast. And now you add Kuminga to that mix for a little bit, probably like 5-6 minutes. You get some nice plays, with the dunks. Also, he's not going to shoot that 3. So if you want to get a quick run, throw Kuminga.
And he could tire out Jokic when Jokic was guarding him. He couldn't hang with him. He was running right by Jokic.
I mean, you might see Kuminga get some foul trouble though. You see when that type of player is guarding Joker like that. I mean, you're gonna get fouled.
Is old as fuck. Iggy is old as fuck.
So
I would give Kuminga more of Iggy's minutes personally.
If you have minute, yeah.
And DeMarcus Cousins was Denver was smart. They attacked Iggy right when they tried to have him on Cousins, and he gave up a few baskets and fouled him a couple times. So they were smart in that mismatch. Kerr kind of overplayed his hand on that. I think you can't put Iggy on fucking DeMarcus Cousins, dude. Like that was a mistake, in my opinion.
I think he could have, but you're right. He's losing a step. It's better to just give the kid, more of his minutes just to see if he works out, if he pans out, if he gels a little bit better. Maybe the chemistry's better. I think Steph does start. It's time for him to start. He's showed he's 100% healthy. He can take the load back. You know what I'm saying, and get back up in there. I think
I agree.
One of the questions earlier was it's too sad that the Nets went up in smoke. That doesn't really shock me. I'm kind of shocked actually that they got to the point that they've got to and then got swept. You know what I'm saying? Just because that team had so much shit going on around it this whole fucking year with Harden and then with Kyrie and there was no continuity, man.
They made poor choices and then they traded for Simmons. Traded for Simmons for it.
It's too much shit going on. You can't have all that shit jump off in a year and think everybody still won't play, up to their standard. I mean, the only one that did and the saving grace for that team was KD. I think they'd be washed out without KD on that team right now. To be honest with you.
And hell of the Warrior fans wanted to get Ben Simmons. Let's call that shit out. Yeah. I was not one of them. I don't think any of us were one of them. Nobody was fucking with Ben Simmons.
Giannis or Cat is the only two dudes that I actually said over these last few years that I would be open to letting go some of the supporting or some of the guys, just to get one of them. Those are the only two guys that I can see it actually even making sense for. Anybody else, it doesn't really make any sense to me actually right now because we're set on pretty much every other position that matters. The only ones that we're never really set on, and even from the championship year's run, has been centered. So that's where I'm at.
Simmons is turkey. Gobble gobble. Yeah, I don't fuck with Simmons. I never wanted him. Even if say he did play for us, it wouldn't have made sense. We already have defenders. We got GP2. We got Draymond. Yeah. He's not going to score for you. We have point guards already. It wouldn't have made no sense for the Warriors.
Yeah. And then that trio of Simmons, Durant, and Kyrie, they haven't even played 1 minute. So there's no chemistry.
Exactly. That's the fucking toxic trio.
Yeah,
the trio of toxicity right there. That's Except for Durant, I mean, he's not super toxic, but he be kind of moody and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
sensitive a little bit.
Well, either way, I'm pretty sure that if he had a do-over, he probably wouldn't be over there right now. He's probably looking at that fucking bullshit with Draymond like, man, that's all I had to take.
Yep.
I didn't have to fucking deal with anti-vaxxer and fucking, the drama fucking
wide open threes from Steph, just kicking it out to you.
I'm telling you.
I mean, that's what it was because when he was here with the Warriors, he wasn't getting double teamed. Who was getting double teamed? That was Steph. That was creating all those, he had space, shoot, go for the dunk. You know what I'm saying?
And all he had to take was bullshit from Draymond every once in a while.
That's it. That's it. I gotta do.
So,
But he decided he wanted to leave Camelot, so that's on him, dude.
it ain't
I don't
always
understand.
greener, baby, and that's what he's finding out right now.
Yeah.
In a way, it's better for us anyway because look at all the depth we were able to accumulate. If KD's around, we don't get a lot of this stuff because we don't
Yeah,
get
but
the.
if
We
he is,
never made those
You
trades
get
with
chips, though.
D'Lo.
You get chips and chips though.
yeah, but if he is, we might not have seen the Lakers bubble championship. Who knows?
I don't know because I don't know. It's interesting to think about because we're up there in age and we wouldn't have the depth if we had KD. I don't know if we win another ring
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I know we would have stopped the
Oh, yeah.
Lakers from winning one.
We
because
would
Clay would still be hurt. Clay would still be hurt that year.
you got a better chance with.
Yeah.
You think you have a better chance, KD
Well,
Kyrie or KD Curry?
No, I'm talking about if KD stayed with us.
That's what I'm saying. Who you have a better chance though? Like KD right now with Curry.
I'm
mean,
saying it
Kyrie-
makes a better position for us
Yeah,
now
that's
with the
true.
current roster we got. That KD
We were
left.
winning chips. We were winning chips.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Because Clay was still hurt that year. He still would have tore his
Well,
Achilles
we
or
wouldn't
whatever.
have had as much of a drop off. So I feel what you're saying in that we wouldn't have accumulated as much, but we still would have got
What's
something.
We would have never got Wiseman. Well, that doesn't
Still,
really
I mean,
help now.
That
if you
depends,
think
though.
about it though, I mean, even let's say that year when Clay got
We
hurt,
wouldn't have got Kuminga and Moody.
true, but look at what Curry did though. We were what
Poole
we
would still
could've-
be on the roster.
before that play-in. We would have been the 8th seed. Now you throw KD in that team,
I just don't know if we would have got a ring out of
it
it.
would have been tough. It would have been tough.
Giannis and them probably would have beat us.
KD, all right, let's say was
No
Steph,
Clay.
KD, and Draymond.
Maybe.
It would be a good series.
And Wiggins, because we would have still got Wiggins.
Nah, we wouldn't.
Now we wouldn't have had Wiggins.
No, we didn't get Wiggins. We would have
We got what's the name? Who did we parlay into Wiggins?
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo. Yeah, we would have still got D'Angelo though.
No,
And
we
then
wouldn't
we
have
would parlay that
because
into
that was part of the KD trade, signing
Oh,
trade.
was it?
Yeah, because he was. Yeah, we got him from Brooklyn.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have no Wiggins. It would
That's
be
right.
it would be a rough core. I'm telling you because we wouldn't have had the money because KD was going to get paid top dollar. So I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise for him to leave us. I think we ended up with definitely he got the shorter end of the stick.
We would have had a down year, but it wouldn't have been as down as the year that we did have.
But we wouldn't have the bright future to look forward to because we wouldn't have
I don't
Moody,
agree with that. The only reason I don't
Kuminga,
agree with that is
Wiseman,
we have aggressive
Wiggins.
owners. You know what I mean? And
True.
those guys are aggressive with
They don't
acquiring
give,
talent.
yeah, they do not give a fuck about.
I
no
don't
luxury
know if-
tax. They don't
Exactly.
give a fuck.
They've showed that they're willing to spend. They're like a bunch of ADDs, bro. So that's why I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
about that. I will agree with you though. We wouldn't have got all what we've gotten, and I can't argue with that at all. You know, what I'm
Extends
saying?
the dynasty. You know, we would have to see that. You know,
We're going to be more competitive for longer now because we have the future guys
It's
ready
tough
to
for me to
go.
argue with that too. It's tough for me to argue with that. Yeah,
Nah, because look, we wouldn't have had all them dudes.
that's what
on
I'm
this
saying.
roster.
I'm saying it's tough for me to argue that point. That's,
Oh, I got you. Okay.
yeah. You know,
What does AD say about this? He says game 2 is clear vision that if they play like that, they are better than KD. Yeah. See? I mean, he agrees, but I don't know. It just comes down to like we could have maybe squeezed one ring out of KD, but in the long term, we're better off without him, I think. So
well, it's just
Russell is a sucker too.
they're not
It
going
is.
to stand pat on their heels, bro. They're not the Niners front office where it's all about making money. You know what
But
I'm saying?
there was nothing to do though because we'd be maxed out with KD's money. We'd be
well,
already
KD
over
would
the.
always get that. We either get
Well,
a
that's what I'm
was it a year contract and then option if he wanted to stay. So I mean, he was.
But we don't have no money to sign vets, so we would have to do it this draft. We wouldn't have them high draft picks. We wouldn't be able to get Kuminga, Moody, or Wiseman.
Yeah, Poole though.
We replenish
still have
our
Poole.
stars.
We
True
still
that.
have full.
It's true that.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would be the cover would be more bare once these guys retire. So I mean, whatever. I mean, we're championship contenders and he's not. So I think
And
we
it
know. who made
starts
this
with the
work
guys
best.
that want to spend that money too, though. That's what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? It's not like we're working with the Niners and you know what I mean. And hey, let's save money. You know
And
what I'm saying?
And
So
the
we can
Warriors
stay
brought-
competitive.
But with Durant's money, we would already be over the Durant, Curry, Clay, and Draymond would already put us like way over.
Well,
So we wouldn't be
that's
able to
what
make much
happened when they
happen.
were on the team. Yeah, we already were over the luxury tax and all that.
And our
You know,
bench was
so,
already dwindling, and it would have got worse. Is what I'm saying. It would have
yeah.
got even worse. We wouldn't have any money to. We'd have to get these vet dudes.
Mm.
I mean, like I said, we probably could have squeezed a ring out of it. I don't know.
I
Hindsight.
think we could have would have we? That's the question because of the deficiencies that we would have had to deal with at that time, you know. But as far
Who
as
made it out of the West? The Suns. Would we have beat the Suns last year
With KD,
with KD? No Clay though.
possibility, just tougher, we would have definitely had to move on a trade for somebody.
that's true.
You
Picked
know,
up somebody on the waivers, somebody.
it would have had to be somebody. But either way, the way it worked out, you know, I mean, it's true that it's you know, it did work out for the best. You know what I mean? But like I said too, though, this ownership group is not, you know, they're not concerned. They're concerned with making money, but they're actually doing it the right way because they know the more you win, the more money you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? The money's gonna come. Just win. You know what I'm saying? The more you win, the more you get.
Yeah, they just opened. They just got an entertainment group too. I don't know
Yeah.
if you heard with Golden State Entertainment. They already signed an artist too, I believe, K-pop artist. So I mean, these guys, they know what they're doing. This is a business.
Yeah.
Business.
What's K-pop?
Korean pop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Korean music.
Yeah, they picked. Yeah, they signed somebody. He performed halftime a couple games ago.
BTS.
And they owned all those buildings around Chase Center too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, future's bright. Future is bright for the Warriors. Do we take care of business tomorrow night? I say yes.
Yes.
At home, yeah. I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah.
Curry
Yeah,
starts. I say Curry starts.
Yep. Curry starts.
Curry, Poole, Clay, something like that lineup. Start off quick.
Mm.
Uh,
I'm not even all that sure. Well, what I would say is that basically, I'm not having a problem with it going to 4. You know, 4 and they win 2. You know what I'm saying? The game 6. But
we need that rest. We need that
I
rest.
need that rest for
But
Steph.
that's what I'm saying. It'd be nice, but I'm not all that shocked if they don't win this game next. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure if they don't win this one, they definitely pack it in game 6.
I think we take care of business.
I figure that we take it this one. I think that was, you know, last gasp shot because they only beat us by 5. You know what I mean? So I think that was their, you know, we're not laying down for anybody. We're going to give it our all, kind of, you know. They're going to do it again, but it was so an emphatic, like, you know what I'm saying, last second kind of thing that it could have drained them. You know what I mean? So,
ain't no way they're going to shoot like they shot. Yeah. I say we beat them by 10 plus tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially your whole team shit with 3, like,
yeah.
Nah.
So that'll take us to a matchup with the Grizzlies, which we've always known that we were going to meet up with them eventually. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to take care of the T-Wolves. T-Wolves keep managing to choke it up in the end of the games. They keep blowing leads like crazy. So I think Grizzlies will take care of business, and that's a tough matchup for the Warriors. But I think we will pull it out. We will pull that one out maybe 6 or 7 games. But they do match up good against us because they have the bigs.
I think with the core together,
as I know you didn't play the last game.
Who?
I think with the core together, I think we take them out. Yeah.
Oh, Adams hasn't been playing, I don't think. No, I haven't seen him out there. Might be hurt. Probably hurt. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Cello. We should take them out.
Yeah.
They're physical though. That's the one thing that does scare me a little bit. They rebound well, where we don't have that rebounding threat. Looney can give you like 10 maybe, but he can also give you like 1 or 2, like we've seen the last few nights when he doesn't get any minutes.
Well, we do have one thing going for us, and that's our health right now. We got healthy at the right time, and Curry definitely got a much needed break. I mean, it wasn't, you know, ideal with the fact that he, you know, the ankle and whatnot, but you know what I'm saying? I think them a couple weeks off definitely allowed him to catch his breath, and he's going to be coming running into this, you know what I'm saying, with a full breath of air in his lungs, and he's going to be definitely refreshed for his first start, you know, back since he came back. So yeah, I think it favors us in that right there, and let's, you know, this point in the season and in the postseason, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, health is definitely what matters the most. So I think that'll benefit us majorly in this game.
Looney needs to drink a bang
Looney
for
needs a
the.
new hip.
Looney needs to get off the fucking go to the bench. Is what
He
Looney
needs
needs
a
to
new
do.
hip. Man, he's been injured a lot. I mean, it sucks.
Looney needs a fucking ice bath, bro. That's what my man
Looney
needs.
needs to stay on the bench. That's what Looney
Yes,
needs to
He's
sir.
had
do.
some hard injuries
I
on
would
him.
start Draymond. I would start Otto Porter over him, Kaminga over him. I would just settle with those three. What is Looney really going to bring to the table?
Give you minutes for Draymond to rest. That's what you want, really.
Turnovers.
If he could give you 10 minutes in each and say 10 minutes.
Give those to Kaminga. Fuck
Get
it.
you some offensive boards. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Maybe.
Get some offensive boards, maybe some defensive boards, get some second shots. I mean, what else we have right now, bro?
Yeah. I mean, I would just go small. Fuck it. Kaminga or Porter. I think Kaminga or Porter are better options.
Porter for
Porter can
sure.
shoot. Porter can shoot the mid-range
three.
jumper and
He
threes.
got nice. He hustles a lot on the rebounds.
Just don't let him inbound. Just don't let him inbound.
Yeah,
ball
that was a
fucking
sloppy
clutch.
play.
That was a Jimmy G pass for sure.
Yeah.
You see,
Definitely.
Leo posted the meme on there. That shit had me rolling. Yeah, but any other playoff stuff? Just the Nets suck. That was
Boston is.
Boston's looking nasty. I think that's our opponent if we make the finals.
It's going to be. I think Boston has a good chance of coming out of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, because I don't take Miami serious, and Philadelphia doesn't even want it. Don't look like they're tied up with the Raptors now. I think, or are they 3-2? They're down 3-2.
No, they're up 3-2, but still
they're up 3-2.
Yeah,
they don't want it. Yeah, you're looking at Boston Warriors. I think that's my prediction for the finals. Bucks could sneak in there, but I think the Celtics defensively could give Giannis some problems. I think they could put Tatum on him. They could put Jaylen Brown on him. They would build a wall. They wouldn't let him in there in that key. And what's his name's out, right?
Chris Middleton is still out.
Middleton's out. He's banged up. So I think you're looking at the Celtics, Warriors when it's all said and done. And that's gonna be a taxing series. It's gonna be physical, and I think Warriors come out on top. Depth, they got more depth, and we got the playmakers. So I think we come out on top.
And then Zach LaVine looks like he has entered COVID-19 protocol. So
they were done anyway.
Yeah,
Bulls have been pretenders all over.
Yeah, and Caruso has a concussion. So
look up the Bulls' record against like the winning teams. They're garbage, dude. They're like fucking weak. And they've been getting blown out by Milwaukee the last 2 games anyway.
Yeah, it went downhill for them once Lonzo Ball got hurt and he was out for the season.
Yeah, Balls are weak. I don't fuck with them. All right, let's see what else we got on the agenda. You guys get a chance to watch the Fury Whyte fight? We could talk about that real quick. We ain't got to spend too much time.
I missed that shit.
You didn't miss too much. I'll give you the recap. Fury was just.
Send you a link, Solo.
Yeah, you might have sent me some. I was busy though, bro.
I was at work. I didn't even know it was a fight.
It wasn't a great fight. It was slow paced. Fury was just jabbing him, keeping him at bay. Whyte had no answer.
Knockout plans though.
Whyte had no answer, and nice uppercut. Put him out. Am I echoing?
No.
Okay. Must be in my thing.
Hey, did you watch that fight?
Fury put him out with a nice uppercut, and I think it was 6th, 7th round. It was not a very entertaining fight. Dillian Whyte had no answer for Fury. He was too short. He couldn't get in there. He was getting salt and peppered all night. 1-2s. Fury looks nice. But that brings me to a bigger question. I think we've talked about it a little bit here. Where do you have Fury? Because a lot of people are putting him up there like in the top 3 heavyweights all the time.
Well, he did something that a lot of cats don't do. You know what I mean? He was lineal champ. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the beginning of his career to damn near the end. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, he unified titles. He fought cats that were put in front of him. You know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't the best of, competition. The Klitschko's definitely do, qualify as the best of competition. Don't get it
But
wrong,
he
but
was up there. He was
you know what I
long in
mean.
the
It
tooth.
took a while, but my man did his thing, and even when he left, he came back. He's still lineal champ. So you can give him his props, man. You know what I mean? Definitely can, and he definitely, what I'm saying, he take a licking and keep on ticking. We've seen that, in both fights or in every fight that they had with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And say what you will about Wilder, the man had power to put you to sleep. You know what I mean? And he did it to many other guys that he fought. So you got to
I
give him props.
I
Top
would have
three.
liked to see him fight Ortiz or and I still want to see him against AJ. So for me,
I
I
don't.
wouldn't put him top 3.
I think the same kind of fight, from what I was hearing and from what you just, explained to me. I think him and AJ is the same kind of fight. It shakes out the same way.
I don't think so because AJ got a nice jab.
Well, he's long. He's tall. He's bigger than Whyte, but I just don't think it. You know what I'm saying? He has the jaw to take it from Tyson. You know what I'm saying? That man, he puts it down on you, and then punches when he puts you. You know what I mean? He's got like an 80 something wingspan or something crazy like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he hits you from back there, you're going to bed. It's just the way it is, bro. It's just.
Who are you talking about? Anthony Joshua?
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Tyson.
Tyson versus Anthony Joshua.
Versus Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I don't know if you guys heard of the last
about Fury cheating, bro.
I think that was kind of suspect, but I don't know.
I don't know about cheating. You know what I mean?
But you can't really hold it because he got the other win.
I do think he got away with that extra generous count when he got dropped. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Third fight or the first fight?
When he got put down and the ref was like, "Hey, you go over there," and
he was out. I think
that was a little bit too long, bro. You know what I mean? I think he definitely benefited. I don't know about cheating, but you know what I'm saying? To each their own. You know what I mean? I do think though that dude is a bad man. Top 3. I don't know about top 3.
I don't know about that.
I still think
time?
somehow.
I think
the style. Yeah, all time. I think the style of Joshua gives. I think I'm gonna say Joshua upsets him, dude. I
don't think so. I can't see that, bro.
I have a feeling Joshua gets the upset.
He's too good against the ropes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Joshua wouldn't even hit him. You know what I mean? So he's very much he is bigger than Joshua too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He is bigger than Joshua.
You know what I mean? And it's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Joshua takes it to him. I don't care. Even if he beat Joshua, even if he beat,
I don't think he beats him.
Who's the other guy?
Usyk.
I mean, even if he beats those two dudes, I still not putting him in top 3. I'll give him top 10 status for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No problem. Maybe even top 5. You know what I mean? But top 3, nah.
AD thinks Joshua gets whipped by the gypsy. All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
You tripping, blood.
All right, he's got it.
We'll see. I've been known to call them upsets.
Tripping.
If Ruiz knocked him out, and he, you know what I'm saying, the second
Styles
time
make fights though.
He was completely out of shape and got whooped on. You know what I'm saying?
Joshua
got a nice one too. I'm telling you,
he does got a nice one too.
And he got some pop.
Against a guy who
and he
can
move.
1, 2, 3, 4, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that Tyson does. He does throw punches and bunches. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the one thing that he has over time.
We got to see it. That's all. That's the only one out there left. Because I think he's too big for Usyk personally.
Didn't he say he was retiring though after the Whyte?
That's what I've heard.
Then like 1 minute later, he brought out Francis Ngannou and said, "We're gonna do this fight. Fuck out of here."
Yeah, well, I mean that's an exhibition fight right there.
No, well, supposedly they haven't clarified whether it'll be.
No, it's because the UFC's still standing in the way of it. That's why which is stupid because they could definitely make some paper off that too.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree, AD. I agree. Joshua just looks like a beast.
But if you want to do the triangle theory, look at their fights against Klitschko. He was knocking Klitschko down. He was dropping him, whereas Fury couldn't put him down.
Klitschko was already over his prime, right? I'm getting
in both when he fought
Fury?
both of them though.
Yeah,
when he fought when he fought Fury and when he fought Joshua, he's over his prime. My point is that Joshua was hurting Klitschko. He was dropping him. I think he eventually knocked him out. Whereas whereas Fury wasn't able to knock him down. Even it was more of a pity pat fight.
That was the Fury that was all drugged out though too though. But you got to remember that.
Oh, that was
You know what I'm
cocaine
saying?
out. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cocaine
he's
out.
not that guy anymore. You know what I mean?
Suicidal Fury. Yeah,
You know,
I remember that.
he's
I
like
mean, yeah,
he's the Gypsy King.
yeah.
We'll see.
Mike
We'll
Mike
see.
Tyson was just.
I'd love to see the fight. Yeah,
I
I'm not saying that. You know,
You got to
that.
see it.
You
I'm just
know,
saying we got to see this one. This is the
yeah.
one we have to see
And
because
then
that's the
you
only
know,
test left out there for him, right? I mean, and
that's it.
it
Pretty much. There's this. I don't even really call that. It's just another challenge. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I mean? Because they're so, they're so close to the end. Well, he is. I don't really, even if he's like, does come back to fight, I don't think he does any more than maybe two. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? He might have one left in him and a big, you know what I'm saying, prize fight at that and be good with it. But the way he was talking, you know what I'm saying, it just seems like, and then the fact that he brought out Ngannou, that's nothing but a prize fight anyway. You know what I mean? That's all just about money. That's nothing. You know what I mean?
supposedly, I was hearing rumors they're going to use MMA gloves. That would be some added.
How many people would tune in for that?
excitement.
Hell of us. You know what I mean? So that's like
Well, let them get takedowns at least.
that might
Takedowns.
as well be a BKFC fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 8-ounce gloves for those monsters? Forget about it.
I've seen some of those. Those are brutal too.
Dude, those BKFC
bare knuckle
fights
fighting.
are real. Those guys are real, bro. Those are badasses.
That shit is.
Gotta watch them. I watched a couple. Those are crazy. I'll be getting linked
That
to
shit'll
that too.
sell. That shit'll sell. Fury
Yeah.
versus Ngannou.
Yep.
If they have regular boxing gloves, regular boxing rules, one-sided, easy victory for Fury, for sure.
Good.
Tank fight is going to be legit. When is the tank fight? It's 30th too, right? I think it's the 30th. I think it's this weekend.
No, that's a Shakur Stevens fight.
I think both of them are on the same night, isn't it?
Is it?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's in May.
Nah.
Pull up the schedule if you get a chance. Yeah, that's the other fight we have to talk about real quick. Just a preview. Valdez Stevenson. I think we've already talked about it. I think Valdez, he's going to be a game competitor, but I think Stevenson is the cream of the crop when it comes to 135, 140, 130, and that whole area, 135, 140. I think Stevenson will be the best fighter of that group. I think he takes care of business against Valdez, and Valdez didn't look too impressive his last fight around. The last fight I seen him in when he got popped for PEDs, and he looked like shit that same fight, and they still let him fight. So I'm gonna go with Stevenson in this one. I think he's gonna get him with the 1-2. He's got better timing. He's gonna box smart. It'll be a boxing match, and I think he gets the win. Unanimous decision. I don't think anybody's getting knocked out or knocked down even. But we'll see. It's on Saturday night. Y'all got any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, definitely. I would pick Stevenson. Maybe probably somewhere. I don't know about knockout, but definitely a unanimous decision, I would say.
All right. Well, let's just cover real quick, like what we're watching, that type of shit. We usually do it towards the end of the night. Well, what are we watching right now?
We tried to talk about Moon Knight, and then that was the end of that.
Oh yeah, we missed that one. So I'm only on. I just finished episode 3, so I'm one behind. So keep that in mind, please. I don't want to get spoiled, shit. But overall, I like it. I think it's been a breath of fresh air into the Marvel universe, a different take on the superhero thing, and nice action, some comedy. I give it a pretty high rating. I'd say like an 8.
Back on that, Tank Davis. That's on May 28th.
Oh shit, I was way off. My bad.
Yeah, the two
I'm
other
inclined
fights.
to agree.
Okay.
Go ahead. So.
Yep. Go ahead.
So I'm inclined to agree with you a little bit on it. For the most part.
Yeah, I don't have the comic. I don't know anything about the comic. So for me,
I have no clue about Moon Knight.
And I had low expectations going in there, so I'll say that.
I'm inclined to agree with you on most part. Only thing that I don't like about it is that, and that's why, because I did read some of the comic, and from some of the other comics that, the older ones from the 90s and whatnot, it never really seemed to me that it was humorous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I guess they might have had their moments and stuff like that, but the humor that I got from the Moon Knight when they basically try to resurrected and reborn kind of shit like that. It was, I think it was like a 2000. It was called The Bottom, and if you want to talk about humorous, it was humorous, but it was like demented humorous because he started seeing his god Khonshu as he was coming to him in visions of a dude named Bushmaster who he fought with a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was like a nemesis to him. And this specific story, The Bottom, it shows a scene where he basically pulls.
AD, I'm already on that shit.
Oh yeah. Come on now, Snowfall. Everybody knows about that.
Not Leo.
So he pulls a shuriken and he cuts this dude's face off. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever Khonshu talks to him, he talks to him as that guy missing his face, and then he's like, making little jokes and clowning him. But that's kind of demented. Now, and what I'm watching over here with Disney,
it's Disney.
Right,
That's it right there.
Right, they're doing the same thing with a lot of the Disney shit, and it's what they're trying to do is bring everything being humorous. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to lighten the mood by bringing comedy into it. And shit like that.
Like
and
Thor.
That's fine. I don't mind that. But what I do mind is you can't do it across the bar to every single thing that you make. You know what I'm saying? Some shit's just not funny, yo. Some shit's serious. You know what I'm saying?
I think with their TV or with their series, they need to put some shit on Hulu where they can go more extreme and not have the lightheartedness.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Punisher wasn't funny.
It's on Disney Plus. What you have to do is, I think there's certain times it'll prompt if you hadn't been in it, because it did that to me. It prompted and it said, say if you want rated R or if you want TV 14, and I had to put in my passcode and I went to rated R. The reason they did that is because they got a hold of those Netflix properties, and those
Punisher
are all
was sick too. I like Punisher.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't need to go to Hulu. I mean, they already got rated R. They already got rated R on Disney. So
I see where you're coming from because you have the comic background where I never even read one Moon Knight comic. Yeah,
I feel you. But you've read a comic, so
I've read a comic, but I never read Moon Knight. So I get what you're saying. I get it. I get exactly what you're saying.
You've read, like, we've all read a comic, and we've all seen the cartoon comic bubblegum shit that they like putting on TV because they want to get kids into it, and the little kids too. They want all that kid money. But the kids that actually read comics see that shit and go, "What the fuck, man?" You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah, that's what.
That's they just think
they hear a lot with Thor.
Everybody gets pissed.
Yeah, with the. Yeah.
They'll.
I say that's the same. I say that's the same thing I heard with Thor. They're making Thor a little bit too humorous. I've been hearing it from Ray, which I thought Thor Ragnarok was was a good movie. It was funny, but he's like, hey, that's not the comic though. So I feel you. I feel you. Yeah.
I mean, so some of it's okay. You know what I mean? But you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And you're taking away from the way the comic was really done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
for the true comics.
Exactly. So, and I mean, I understand, and those cats that are really hardcore, just no, this shit needs to be like this. Even they'll accept some of that. You know what I mean? But when you wash it all away to something that's just like something they've never seen before, I mean, it just gets old now. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't really like that. You know what I mean? Take that they're doing, because they're doing it with Moon Knight too. You know what I'm saying? They're making it a little more funny. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really like that in a lot of the shit that I read. You know what I mean? He was more dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can equate him, like they should have made him the first rated R one that they did, like Punisher. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Punisher have
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, Punisher killed his brother in the comics. You know what I'm saying? He killed Moon Knight's brother in the comics, but his Moon Knight's brother in the comics was fucking cuckoo. You know what I mean? So, but they have that, connection. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I was thinking that they would go that route, go rated R for this one, like, and finally start branching out a little more. You know what I mean? But they're just so, because they're Disney, they don't want to do that kind of shit. And it's like, but
they would have to,
come on.
Are you guys fully caught up? Are you on
I am
4 episodes, I think it was?
I think I'm at 4. I'm at 4.
Yeah, so I'm one behind you guys. I did 3.
They need to do like a Disney After Dark type of shit or something like that.
or something. You know what I mean? Or maybe you're right. Maybe they do because they do on Hulu. Maybe they throw something on Hulu, like hey, Marvel,
Yeah.
rated R for what I'm saying, motherfuckers that are older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Or
they
something.
should because HBO Max, they're doing like uncut raw shit. And Amazon Prime got The Boys. So they do need something to go against that stuff. So Hulu is the outlet. I think
Invincible.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And
Hulu would make sense.
it's becoming more and more too. You know what I'm saying? More and more
Hmm.
people, you know what I'm saying, want to do more and more comic book movies and shit. And there's plenty of them out there. You know what I'm saying that they can
Yeah.
do. A lot of
Source material
properties,
is
a
unlimited.
lot of independent properties. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers didn't know. I mean, The Losers. You guys remember that movie, The Losers? It's they're a bunch of like mercenaries. That was a comic book movie.
Oh yeah,
You
the
know,
movie.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that was a comic book
I seen the
movie.
movie. Yeah, I
yeah.
think it
You know
was
what I
Image.
mean?
Was it? It wasn't Image. It was DC, right?
Something like that. Yeah, they're DC. Yeah, they're DC.
Yeah.
But you got Image out there.
Hmm.
You got Millar World out there, and they're fucking with Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So you got there's plenty of them that are out
Oh
there.
yeah, gang of them.
You
Gang
know
of
what
'em.
I'm saying? I mean, people didn't know John Wick was a comic. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It just keeps going and going. That one movie, The Old Guard, Netflix, the original movie, that shit was a comic. You know what I'm saying? There's just
Yeah,
plenty of
that was a pretty
content.
good movie. It was
There's
on
just
Netflix. Yeah.
there's options, bro. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? I just that's the only thing I really wanted to say when it came to Moon Knight. They could just distinguish it a little bit. Not everything has to be fucking about comedy. Some people want to see some shit that's like, what I'm saying, maybe I don't know, Navy SEAL kind of incursion kind of shit. Maybe people want to see some like counterintelligence kind of shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, you do something with it. Let's go a little different route.
Yeah.
Um,
So those are the shows I've been watching though is Moon Knight. Like AD said, I just finished the season finale of Snowfall. That shit was good this season.
right, right.
You did you finish the finale for that
I'm
one?
gonna finish that tomorrow. Me and wifey be watching that together.
Got you. And then I finished. I binged Yellowstone the last couple weeks, and
Right.
since we've been on, we've been on and off air, and yeah, that shit's legit. I'm feeling that. Got some. It's got some good scenes in it, good acting, uh, drama. Crime. It's sick. Got some good shit. What do you think about that, Leo? I know you're on that shit too, right? Yellowstone, Leo.
I think Leo froze. It's a hell of a picture though. Should make that his background.
I wonder what he's looking at. Probably. I'm not gonna say. Anyway.
As far as I'm watching, I actually I went back. I went back for a while to some of the oldie but a goodie. Went to Burn Notice, old USA Network thing that
I've
came
never
out
seen that one.
in '07. It's pretty damn good, man. It's it's basically about a guy who was a spy and he gets blacklisted and he has to stay in Miami where he's really from, and he, during the time that he's there, tries to get back into being a spy and getting his blacklist lifted. And at the same time, he's out there, freelancing and doing odd jobs. So it's kind of like you can kind of see that. I think that's where Rockstar got a little bit of the basis for Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, and probably, of course, other movies and stuff. But the way it worked out, it's pretty cool because, in the middle of it, he'll do voiceovers about how he used to make counterintelligence weapons and stuff like that to help out while he's, doing these odd jobs. Pretty good. Pretty good. They got 7 seasons, 45 minutes a pop.
I might have to check that out.
Got some
Which
comics on
one's
Hulu
that?
right now. Burn Notice.
Bird
It's
Notice.
it's an old school USA Network one. They started up in '07. It was pretty good. They got this chick's in it. Ash is in it. Bruce Campbell from League Evil Dead. He plays like a washed out FBI dude, but he helps his boy who's the main character. It's pretty good though. I would say give it a watch. Maybe it's up your alley, maybe not.
I
Checking
might
that
check
out.
it out. I'll probably
That's
check
Like
it
Ray's
out.
Prime.
boy.
Yeah, it's
We
good.
love
It's good. Check it out.
Bruce Campbell.
What else? I got into this other one on Netflix. Because motherfuckers always like speed. So F1 Formula to Racing or something like that. It's all about F1. and the shit that these guys go through with mobbing these cars because unbeknownst to a lot of people, they don't get a lot of testing to in time when they make those F1 cars. You know what I'm saying? And those things, man, you're talking about a car that goes 250 miles an hour and weighs like less than 1,000 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty awesome. And then these guys ain't just and don't get me wrong, I got respect for the dudes in NASCAR because they get up to high ass speeds too, and they got to turn and a corner and shit like that. But these guys in F1, they're bucking turns that are like 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? They're cutting this turn to that turn, and they're not just going in a circle. You know what I'm saying? So, open wheel racing is a crazy thing. So, it's pretty good. It shows about a lot of teams. It tells about, their backgrounds and how long they've been into F1 and how, successful they are. We got, McLaren team, you got Ferrari team, you got Mercedes teams, you got a bunch of cars in there. It's pretty good. I'll check that one out. It's got a couple of seasons on that one.
Leo, what you got? Frozen again? Apparently, Leo's been watching Frozen.
Leo was not impressed. Look at his face. He is not impressed.
Yeah, he's done. Did you get a chance to watch the Stranger Things trailer?
Actually, no. I'm not really into Stranger Things too much.
Oh, you're not? I fuck with that shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched some of it. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I couldn't even really get into it.
Got you.
I don't know why.
Well, that shit was pretty sick. I like the trailer for that. They put like a new villain, kind of like a Hellraiser type of dude, I guess, from whatever little universe they're from. So I don't know, but it's gonna be a little bit different because the kids are growing up now. It's more like high school type shit.
Right on.
So I don't know how that's gonna be, if it's gonna be good or bad. But I fuck with Stranger Things, and also because my kids love it, so I watch it with them too.
Right.
But I like it too. So I was watching that trailer. It looks pretty sick. The Doctor Strange final trailer, that looked dope. That's coming out next week and a half.
Yep.
I'm ready for that shit. Leo's back. Let's see if Leo got anything he's watching real quick. Leo, what are you watching, man? Anything?
All right, so I'm watching Moon Knight. Watch that. What else was I watching?
You caught up on Yellowstone, right?
Yeah, I'm done with Yellowstone. I watched Batman on the Batman on Max. Seen that.
I gotta check that out still.
Batman was cool. It was cool.
I heard it was a little bit from what I was reading, a lot of talking.
It was almost like, to me, it was like Batman doing his best the Crow impression. It was like dark, and they were like emo looking, dude. It just
that's why I kind of stayed away. But I'll probably check it out eventually.
Well, it's not
good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's good.
Okay.
I just hear it's like 3 hours. That's what turns me off.
To me, bro, and I mean, feel me if you feel me on this nip. Let me, Leo, let me know. To me, it felt like you've seen one Batman movie, you've seen them all.
Yeah,
that's the impression.
Well, they're oversaturating it. I mean, how many different Batmans have they had the last 10 years alone?
I mean, it's just too many now. So I don't know. I personally think Michael Keaton's the dude, and Christian Bale.
I took that. Yeah, I took this one as Batman, young Batman, still trying to figure out. He's not the playboy. He's not the millionaire yet. He's just Batman right now. So from that point of view, it was kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie, but I did feel like this was like this is like a Batman that wears tight jeans or something like that. If he's not wearing the Batman suit, I mean that's what I got. But we didn't see Bruce Wayne. We saw more of the Batman. So still kind of like young, kind of like an asshole, So I thought I'm not gonna lie, the character, it was all right. A lot of people are saying the great performance, but I thought dude was all right. I thought it was some dude just that was kind of talking loud over some type of cloth because you couldn't see his mouth move or anything like that, so he was talking kind of like loud. Other than that, I mean, it was cool. The action was cool, and Catwoman.
I don't know, man. I didn't like the Joker at all. People were hyping that shit up, and that shit was terrible to me.
Oh, the undeleted scene. It was cool.
From what I see, oh no, I'm talking about the movie, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah, no, that shit had me laughing, dude. That shit was
People were
funny.
saying that this was a long pace with that. That this Batman would go good with that.
Yeah,
With that
It
Joker.
happened. I
he
thought
was doing
I
well.
thought the Joker was good. The movie. I thought it was good.
It was cool. It was funnier to me. A lot of them shit.
Morbius.
Haven't watched Morbius yet. Haven't
What's
watched.
that on,
I
AD?
Morbius, the Spider-Man movie. I mean, the
Yeah,
from
yeah. I'm
Oh
content to
no,
let
no, no,
Spider-Verse.
any people.
I'm content to let that come to me.
So I took little Leo with me
I'm
to watch
saying,
because he wanted to go watch
I
Morbius.
skipped that
You
one.
know, if it, he's 16, 17. He liked it. He thought it was. He thought it was a cool movie for him. Anything like that is cool. So I thought it was more for teenagers.
right?
Just try
What
to
about you though? What about Big Leo? What did Big Leo think?
me. I thought it was honestly. It thought it was lightweight than Venom 2, and I thought Venom
Yeah,
2 was trash.
yeah, yep.
I
I skipped that
mean,
one.
I thought even Venom 1, I'm like, but
Venom
those are
one
the
was better than part two though.
yeah, Venom
That
1,
shit was
yeah,
garbage.
and then the reason we went to because my son likes Venom, he likes
Yeah,
Venom, and he thought it was a cool ass movie. He
I
was
got the
laughing,
comics.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
he
they're
was.
saying they're aiming for a part 3 already with
yeah. They're
I
Venom,
think
talking about
so,
it. Yeah,
yeah. And then
yeah.
then I
which
don't know
is a
if you guys
mistake.
heard too that they announced there's be another Spider-Man spin-off, El
Oh
Muerto,
yeah, with
and
Bad
it's
Bunny. What the
with
fuck?
Bad
I don't
Bunny. I
know.
don't know if you heard that one, Sel.
I heard that
No,
shit.
that's supposed to be he's supposed to be the villain for part four. That's what I heard
Oh, okay.
for
Well, there's
Spider
going to be
Man.
a spin-off, a
El Muerto,
Spider-Verse spin-off movie, and it's called El Muerto, and then they already
El
got
Muerto. Yeah, yeah.
and
I
then
don't know
they
if it's a spinoff, but from what I heard, he was going to be
I
okay,
heard it was a spinoff
villain.
too.
He's going to
yeah,
be a villain, but okay. You know, what I mean,
they're
I
gonna
don't know nothing about that guy.
They're probably gonna give him a prequel and then give him the villain role. And
probably,
Right.
and it's already. I
I've
think
never
it's going
heard
to
of
come
this
out.
dude.
There's only 2
Never
issues.
heard
I
of him.
heard. There's only been 2 issues of the dude El Muerto.
Never
It's like
heard
a
of the guy.
Mexican wrestler or something like that,
All right.
and
So they
so
picked Bad Bunny.
yeah.
Should have got Rey
Right.
Mysterio. Shit.
I don't get it, bro. I really don't. That's why Sony sucks at this Spider-Man
Yeah,
role. I
so
mean,
yeah.
the only reason that they do good with Spider-Man is because they fuck with what's the name? They fuck with Kevin Feige and the Marvel Studios. If they do, you know what I'm saying, start incorporating Venom into Marvel, then you'll see an uptick in the Venom movies too. But I don't think that's going to happen. From what we've seen in these teasers, in these Easter eggs in these movies, though, it does look like they're going to bring Venom over. I hope they do. You know what I mean? In Multiverse of Madness or a future Doctor Strange movie from a
I
multiverse.
think they're gonna put Andrew Garfield and him and Morbius and all them in the same one. I think.
Yeah, I heard that theory too. I read that.
Mhm.
I don't know if I like that because that doesn't really make any sense at all. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
either, but I don't know. Just take it away from them, dude. Don't even fucking.
They definitely need to concede control. They just
They're hell bent on getting that weak ass Spider Verse, their version of it, out
exactly.
there.
They want to make money on their own shit, but
Yeah.
it's
I
you
push
see
back.
who has a down. DC had a couple of hits, and that's it. And then Marvel just continues to churn out. They're the ones they're the benchmark. All these other guys have had these things for you. I actually think Universal didn't do a bad job with Edward Norton as the Hulk. I think that movie
I thought that was good. I thought that was
That
a
was
good
good.
ass movie. I thought
I
I
that
didn't
was
think
a
thought
it
he.
was
good
a
movie.
bad movie
I
at
thought
all.
Norton was gonna carry on through the Avengers
Yeah, I
and all
thought.
that stuff.
He
Yeah, I
wanted too
thought.
much creative control. That was the problem. He wants to
That's what
be
I heard.
involved. He wants his handprints on shit. If they would have let him do that, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, he would have stayed. But they wouldn't give him all that control. That's
Well,
why he ended up leaving.
he probably would have been in the right
It
because a lot of
was.
people
Maybe it
didn't
would
like
have
the way
been.
Hulk
Yeah,
turned out.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked that
yeah.
second one. The
It
A lot of
was.
first
people,
one,
It was.
hate the way Hulk turned out.
Nah,
the way
it
Eric
was much
Bana.
better than the Ang Lee. Hulk movie.
Oh,
Yes,
that one was
And
I was
garbage.
just about to
way
say
better.
that
It was
Eric
much
Bana
better.
one was bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So these other guys, they don't really fare so well when they do their own thing. I
Mhm.
thought Fox, you know what I'm saying, redeemed themselves on the X-Men, the whole X-Men thing when they made Days of Future Past. And
was
That one was
good.
good. That
I
one was
was
good.
like, that was badass. They turned it around. Now I want to
But then they
watch
went
it.
and made Phoenix though.
And then they went and made fucking Apocalypse with
Oh, yeah.
Oscar
I didn't even
Isaac
see it.
as a midget fucking Apocalypse, dude. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? So that's the fucking problem right there. You know what I'm saying? They do one good thing and then they do a bad thing. So
Yeah.
who knows how they're going to roll with this. I do not have faith with them moving forward because they're still have plans to do Craven the Hunter.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
You know, so
they got
they're
Madam
definitely gonna
Web.
do
Yeah, they got those coming out already, and then
they're committed.
Spider-Verse too.
They're committed to the Spider-Verse. You will eventually see a live action. What's the kid?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. They're going to definitely do Miles in a live action. You know, probably bring him into the fold, some kind of shit. But that's just, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, and I heard that Spider 2, they're going to introduce Spider-Man
2099 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
2099.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, I mean, that'll be cool. I think that would actually be pretty cool if they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
They probably won't, but if they did, that would be cool because then you could see like, you know, futuristic shit, which everybody's always into anyway. You know what I'm saying? They could really get weird with the suit and its capabilities and CGI and all that shit.
That'd be sick.
You know,
that'd be sick. Yep.
Totally. So that would be dope. I think they could definitely work something out in there.
All right. Well,
Morbius,
shit.
I don't know.
I think it's about time to get out of here. I'm getting kind of tired.
Let's do that there.
Energy levels dropping. We got to get hyped up for the draft Thursday anyway.
Tomorrow, don't forget to watch the Warriors, and then also the Giants. First place in the NL West, Giants 13-5. They beat the Oakland A's tonight.
They're doing
they whooped on the A's.
Yep.
Did you put money yesterday on the Giants?
Nah. I took them today. But I had a 4-teamer and I lost it.
Told you, Giants under.
I took Giants today. They whooped
7 yesterday, 4-2.
I put the money on the punk ass Dodgers and they lost.
Good,
but Dodgers been hitting for me too though.
I think they were 11-4. Had to lose.
Yeah,
started losing. Yeah, they had to lose.
Yeah, they lost to the D-backs the other night. I had 4 out of 5. I had Heat. I had whatever the fuck else, some other ones. But yeah, I had 4 out of 5 and bitch ass Dodgers, who I don't like anyway, played me. So that's what I get for taking them.
Yeah, so I was just about to say.
But they have hit for me, so I can't complain too much. But either way, fuck.
That's you get fucking with them Smurfs.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. We'll catch y'all next. Well, maybe we could work something out on Thursday, or if not, next week we'll be back. Catch us online, Instagram, Anchor, everywhere, and we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Catch y'all next time.
All right. Let y'all.